All right, everybody, welcome out to the Logroom Guys Craft Beer Show. It is Tuesday, July the 7th, 2026. Jersey Johnny coming at you with me, as always, is none other than Mr. Beer Samurai. Say hello, Mr. Samurai. What the hell are you smoking?
Well, it's World Chocolate Day, so I've got a chocolate cigar here.
Well, there you go.
Um, it just looks like a big Tootsie Roll.
Hold on. I got a lighter somewhere. Can I light it for you?
It's already melty enough as it is, but this was from this the chocolate
Here,
company.
can I light it for you?
Um,
No.
it's a Swiss chocolatier. Oh, here. There you go. This is Vittorio Vanini. Vittorio Vanini,
Corio Panini.
Swiss chocolate company. Got this in Lugano, and this is hazelnut. Because let's face it, Lugano is basically just part of Italy
Pretty much.
within Swiss borders.
Mm-hmm.
So it being hazelnut, not a big surprise. I gotta say though, it really just looks like a big Tootsie Roll. Unlike our friends at Beach Chocolate when they do one.
Right.
I mean, this thing looks like a freaking cigar. It's actually, you can't really see it in the packaging, and I'm not going to take it out.
Right.
But one end of it is actually darker than the rest of the cigar.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And
Well, Benoit just.
he's insane. He's so good. And their cigar, there's a little bit of smoke in the chocolate.
Yep.
They're so good. I mean, this is tasty, but this could have been just a candy bar. There's nothing otherwise special about it.
There you go. And as you said, it is World Chocolate Day. So happy World Chocolate Day.
Yes. So that's why I've got this.
It is. It is not, however, it is not World Beer Nuts Day.
Beer nuts.
Mm-hmm. But I grabbed these because I'm a little peckish, if you will.
Hopefully you don't get cotton balls.
Exactly, but they're cashews though. They're not regular peanuts.
Because you know about cotton balls. That's the dreaded final stage of beer nuts.
No, beer nuts, yeah. Well, and beer nuts is the dreaded disease of Milwaukee, as George Carlin put it. So.
Yes. And yes, this is all George Carlin we're talking about now. And then George finishes it off with, when my beer nuts turn to cotton balls, I'll be coming home to you.
Mm-hmm. Very, very true.
Mm-hmm.
These are fantastic, though. I got to get more of these. They're great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What makes them beer nuts? They're just nuts to eat with beer.
Nuts to eat with beer. Yeah, there's a little sugar and salt and a little bit of a coating on the nut here. Like if you never saw a beer nut before. Yeah, so it's a little bit of a coating.
Yeah. So do you think they're going to pair well with your beer? Because this isn't.
I'm assuming that's not going to pair well with your beer, but
No.
I don't know if it's going to pair well with my first beer, but I'm going to save the rest of these and eat them with a later beer. Them I think it'll work well with. So we'll see.
Okay.
I'll have one with each just to see, but in any event. Something else too. I was just talking with Dave earlier before the show. We'll be trying these out on the show soon. Which show? We know. You'll have to stay tuned to find out. But
Yes.
it's called from More Labs, More, More Labs, Morning Recovery. All right, sugar free. It's drink today, feel great tomorrow. So basically, I mean, it's got
Got to have a lot of electrolytes in it.
It's got to have a lot of electrolytes in it. It's got stevia extract. It's got an herbal mixture. It's got licorice extract, ginger. It's got milk thistle. It's a bunch of stuff. Basically, what it does is
Milk thistle.
what it basically does is they were telling me it promotes liver functionality.
Okay? Yes, that's the milk thistle.
Right, and increases the liver enzymes and everything else to destroy the alcohol. So basically, it's avoiding your hangover. All right, it's not going to stop you from getting drunk. You will get drunk. Right, this is not something that you can just drink all night and not get drunk. You will get drunk the way you get drunk. That's going to be the same. What it's going to do is it's going to make you not feel hungover in the morning, providing you don't overdo it. Now you can overdo it, and this is going to work for shit. But so we're going to try it on a show coming up soon that we may or may not be having more than our standard 2 or 3 beers. and we're going to see how we are in the morning and report back. And if all goes well, which I expect it to, because I've heard.
What just happened? I can't hear you. You can kind of hear a buzzy thing that just it sounded like someone had flushed a toilet, and then your audio went out.
Okay.
And now you're back.
My audio was. I don't think my audio ever left, but I will repeat what I said just in case it did. We'll find out later.
Yeah,
the cutting room floor, if you will. But I have not had it yet, but we will have these on the show in shortly, in the next couple of shows. And we'll report back in the morning, and we'll report back online. If they work well, we're going to have them on the show, and there you go. We'll go from there. But anyway, excited to try it. Not going to do it on this show because it's just the two of us. If you haven't figured that out already, it is
for the nonce.
Just the two of us, but maybe
just
maybe a special guest during the show. There you go. We will see if that does come to pass. And there you go. However, I'm thirsty. Are you thirsty? Because we have other stuff to talk about as far as days of the week go, and not days of the week, but days of days we're celebrating today. We can do it. We can do it with a beer because we don't have a guest right now.
So. Yeah, there's no rules.
Exactly. Excuse me.
No laws when you're drinking. No, wait a second.
No, exactly. So, what are you drinking first, sir?
No, I haven't poured it yet. I'm drinking Birdie by Tonewood.
There you go. Very good beer.
This is a rice lager, so we're starting off really light with a 3.8.
As opposed to your first beer 2 weeks ago was an 8.3.
Yeah, I like to mix things up. And every now and then I get dyslexic.
I see what you did there.
Did you see what I done do there? Yeah. What?
I see what you did there.
Okay.
All right. How is your beer?
I have not drank it yet.
Because?
Because I was waiting for you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Trying to be. What are you drinking?
I am opening my beer. Well, tell us what your beer is while I pour mine.
Okay. Smells like beer.
Does it taste like beer?
It does. It's nice. It's got a nice little subtle hoppiness to it. You don't want to over hop a rice lager, but if you're going to hop it, yeah, this is exactly what I'm tasting too. I don't know about the second one, but lemon drop. I'm definitely getting lemon drop out of this. Mandarin, Bavaria, maybe not as much, and Saz in a rice lager. That's not bad.
Very nice. Very, very, very nice. I am. We're going to be talking about a lot of domestic craft beer issues, if you will, and it really does pertain worldwide anyway. But a lot of our focus tonight is on local or more local stuff to the U.S.
So you stayed local, see, because I put mine in my drink local glass because this is from Jersey. Mm-hmm. So I know you stayed local because of what we're talking about.
I did. I stayed local. I started in England.
There you go. Old Peculiar.
Old Peculiar from Theekson.
Okay, that's nice.
I did not stay local. If you look at my tag.
You have a tag?
Yeah, local beer chat with imported beer.
Ah.
There you go. So
mine is saying round 16 is over.
Isn't that a pretty color for
that is a pretty color.
And it's only, and let me put the crawl up for you. It's only a 5.6% old ale.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Smells fantastic. Oh man, that's so good. I love that.
It's a classic.
It's a classic.
It's just a fucking classic beer.
It's so good, so good. Yep, had to have one of those. Had to go for it. All right, beautiful. All right, so Birdie and Old Peculiar. It's an Old Peculiar Birdie.
Oddbird.
Hey, you know what? Old Peculiar Birdie from Oddbird. There you go. Yeah. So it's an old ale rice lager mixture blend. No, it can't work. Never mind. Forget it. It's not going to work. Yeah.
No, you're not. You're stretching.
A little bit, yeah. So a couple other things. It is National Crimpet Day.
Yes, remember those things from Tasty Cakes? I think you only see what you call it
The
now. I think you only
butterscotch,
see the
yeah.
butterscotch. There used to be jelly ones.
Jelly and chocolate.
There was chocolate, right? Am I
And
making that up?
I believe there was. There definitely was jelly.
Definitely was jelly. I remember jelly.
I believe you were right with the when we talked before about the chocolate. You can
Yeah,
a quick Google search will solve that issue.
probably. I'm looking up something else though because I forgot to do my homework.
Oh no! Would you math again?
No, 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 no. No, I'm not allowed to do that during the show. No,
Oh,
our top three.
oh, I got you. Oh, because I thought it was math. Because there's a new study out. I don't know if you heard this.
What's
And
that study?
it shows that most math students tolerate algebra and even calculus, but when it comes to geometry, that's where they draw the line.
Uh-huh. And the triangle and the square and all kinds of
There you go. All right.
polygons.
Exactly. So anyway, so you didn't do your homework on the top three, did you?
I know what they are. I just don't know the names anymore. So I just need to look at the
I
names
got you.
because there's one I wanted to take, but I'm like, no, 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 you're going to take it. I almost wore my shirt. I'm like, nope, John's going to take that as his dive bar, so I'm not even going to bother.
I'm not even sure which it was, but
It's in Boston.
oh yeah, you might be right.
Hmm.
Yeah, there you go.
Considering it's like your favorite bar on the planet, practically,
Considering.
that just doesn't work at.
Yeah, right. Hmm. Very, very true. Very, very true. Um, and then which one called? So it is Crumpet National Crumpet Day, not Crumpet Day.
Crimpet.
Crumpet.
Crumpet's a whole different thing, and
Crumpet
that
is
would have gone well with your beer.
that would have gone very well with my beer.
Yes,
Yep, especially this particular beer,
both from England.
both from England. There you go. And it
And
is Happy National Koi Day.
like, don't play coy with me. What's a
Play,
koi?
don't get saucy with me, Bernays.
Koi are those. It's just overgrown
It's
goldfish.
just really big goldfish. That's all koi are.
Don't let enthusiasts hear you say that.
Exactly. But which reminds me, and there's a bar near and dear to my heart, which is gone now for geez, almost 7 years. Next month will be 7 years.
They had pretty damn good pizza.
Really, really good pizza, really good beer, really good people. Um, both bar guests and employees. But that was if you were there, it's 3D1 Main, Little Falls. We've talked about it on the show before. If you were there, if you ever been there, the building next to it had koi painted on the wall of the building next door, and the reason that was because prior to it being a sports bar, and the bar, craft beer bar, pizza bar, blah blah blah, blah bar, everything bar that um, it was Martini Lounge for 5 years. And in the front of the Martini Lounge, and Dave, I don't know, did you ever go to the Martini Lounge?
I never done did.
Okay, so remember in the front of the bar where you went around to go into the DJ booth?
Yep.
Okay, it was all pink neon and white leather in the Martini Lounge.
God, that sounds so 70s.
Right? And then, but in the front, there were stairs that went up, and you actually had a in the floor koi
Hey,
pond.
hey, Venkman, where do these stairs go?
They go up.
There you go.
And there was a koi pond. You could actually stand on top of the koi pond. So that's where the koi came from. So anyway, that's my koi story for.
You could stand on top of the koi pond, but only if you're Jesus, right?
Well, no, there was I guess it was lucite. It was like thick.
Oh, I see. There was
Plexiglass.
something over the top of it.
Right. So underneath them, there was
I'm with you
access.
now.
There was access for it, so you can clean it out and feed them. But they were
Because that helps. Otherwise, they die.
yeah, and then you just have dead koi underneath this thing you're standing on. It's not that attractive. It's really
No.
not so much. So anyway, but that's my koi story for National Koi Day. So there you go. Years ago, there was a restaurant in East Rutherford, New Jersey called Koi's.
Was there?
Yeah, it was not KOI. It was K. It was K. It was CAUGH''S.
Okay.
CAUGHY or GHEY''S, something like that. Anyway, so
That's okay.
more of an Irish name kind of thing. So anyway, had nothing to do with fish, although they did serve fish there. There you go.
It was the koi that had died in the Martini Lounge.
Martini Lounge, yeah, they did serve fish there. Yeah, they had no qualms about serving fish. They would seat 4 fish at the table and serve them. There you go. No, these jokes. Hello, is this thing on?
Yeah,
I gotta stop. I'll go back to the
yeah.
ones I actually have written down, like this one here.
Oh, you've actually got something written down.
Yeah, like an engineering firm has developed a pencil with 2 erasers. Unfortunately, users say it's pointless. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yeah.
Is there a punchline?
Really? Jess just texted me. Lucky said, "Fuck you and your podcast."
No, Lucky is saying, "I want to be on the podcast. I want beer. They make beer for dogs."
Exactly. That's what he's saying. No, he really wants to be on the show. So anyway, yes. All right, and I'll give you the last one. I have 3 written down as I usually do.
Okay.
I started investing a little bit more.
Hold on, before you do. Mm-hmm. Before you do, just giving you a hand here.
You're setting it up.
I'll set it up here for you.
There you go.
Except I don't. It's not on my screen anymore.
Oh, geez, really?
Yeah, it's gone bye-bye.
All right. Well, I'm taking a sip of beer. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's really tasty stuff.
There it is.
There you got it?
Hold on a second. We're experiencing a little delays in our connectivity.
Connectivity, is that what it is?
Yeah, that's something like that. Continue to app. Okay, and let's see. Okay, go ahead.
There we go. All right. So I started investing a little bit more in stocks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, beef, chicken, and vegetable. That goes on way too long. That goes on way too long. I do hope one day to be a billionaire.
A billionaire, huh?
There you go. See, he didn't wait for the total punchline. Yeah. That's fine. All right. I'm done. Let's move on with the show. We got another one, but we'll wait on that. As you might guess, it might have something to do with our top 3 list later on the show. All right, so we're drinking. We might have a guest along that's going to debate some of these things with us, but we do want to come on. We do want to come on tonight and talk to everybody about these. So if you
about these what soups?
These topics. These nuts.
Are they hot topics?
These nuts. No, no hot topics. Isn't that a store in the mall? Hot Topic.
Been in the store in the mall for a very, very, very long time.
Very long time, right?
It used to be the place to get the coolest decals before the internet came along.
Right, exactly. So I still like my favorite store in the mall and any mall, Spencer's.
Yeah, Hot Topic kind of felt it was like Spencer's with emo clothing.
Right. Yeah, it's the emo version of Spencer's.
Right.
So the first one we want to talk about tonight is if you follow the Facebook page or the website for that matter. I put up an article the other day.
I should probably follow the page.
Might want to do that. There was for about a week now. There's been some chatter about some distribution realignment when it comes to craft beer in the state of New Jersey, and that is in the fact of Serene Craft Distributors.
Not Sarene.
Sarene, yes.
I wonder why they decided to spell it that way.
I don't know. It might be somebody's name. I don't know. Not sure. Not quite sure. I don't think it is.
Or just someone couldn't spell.
Could be.
The synonym for calm.
Well, here you go. Right there.
Or they could be British.
There you go. Well, an AR, it's an ER. Anyway, that was all peculiar. Those of you listening to the audio podcast, I held up the can. Anyway.
Yes, that was a little peculiar.
It was a little peculiar that I did that. Anyway. So
isn't it peculiar?
Isn't it ironic?
No. Isn't it peculiar? That's an old classic.
Isn't it peculiar?
Not that one.
That's romantic.
The Motown one.
Which one?
Isn't peculiar attitude? Let me see if I can find it.
All right. While you look for that, our hopefully guest has joined us.
Ain't That Peculiar by Marvin Gaye.
There you go.
Well, hi.
Al.
Oh, hey, Al.
Hi, guys.
There you go.
He is
How
there.
we doing?
Just in time.
What's happening?
Welcome to the show, Mr. Algatullo from the Algatullo Craft Beer Cast. Sunday.
That's right.
Thanks for joining. We were dying here.
Give me the answer.
Really? No, you could. You two dying? No.
No.
I don't buy that for a second.
No,
John was telling punny jokes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm using my crappy camera tonight on my laptop because I don't have time to set up all the rest of this stuff.
This is beautifully ambient, though.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
It's got a nice warm glow to it. It's almost analog.
Almost. Almost.
There you go.
So sorry, and I can't see anything anyway because they dilated my eyes a couple hours ago, and I'm still like,
There you go. That could make for a good
drunk without being drunk. So there you go.
There you go. You want these?
No, I'm good.
You good? You okay?
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. I got a sleep mask over here. That might help. Hey, wearing that. Anyway, we were just getting into the nuts and bolts of the first topic I want to talk about, and that's Al. I don't know if you read the article I put up on the.
I skimmed it.
Okay.
So essentially, if I was reading it correctly, one distributor is buying out another distributor, and which seems to be a good thing, possibly potentially for New Jersey, because now you're going to have essentially them, Short Point, and Barrel Storm basically distroing beer throughout New Jersey without the macros being involved.
Right. Well, basically, you got like Short Point, but Peerless and Kohler, right. and those.
Sure.
There are, all of the
big box brands.
Big box brands that they carry, Sierra Nevada, Sam Adams, and Bell's, New Belgium, all of that stuff. You're going to get that from them, right? But we're talking about the local and hyper local craft brands,
sure,
right? And not just from New Jersey either, from everywhere.
Right. Oh yeah. No, I know.
All right. So
I know Barrel Storm focuses mostly on the local New Jersey scene with a couple of outliers. So I get it.
So what the problem you've had, and we've said this for a while now, since the end of 2023, with Hunterdon going out and leaving, all of their brands were brought up. Well, I can't say all. A number of their brands were bought, like the right of first refusal for whatever reason, obviously because they have deep pockets. Bud wanted to buy a certain amount of the brands, so they wound up buying Allagash. They wound up buying Fiddlehead. They bought Equilibrium. They bought Burlington Beer Company. They bought Tired Hands. They bought these brands, and I'm convinced, and I'm going to do another article at some point soon on this. I'm convinced they bought them to kill them, kill them at least in their market.
They wouldn't be the first time they've done it,
right?
And I mean, they saw some potential dollar signs from some of these brands, right? Certainly Allagash
but you're saying they bought them. Did they buy the breweries or just bought the distribution? No.
They bought the distribution rights. In New Jersey. That's it. So anyway. But that's another topic for another day. The remainder of the brands that Hunterdon had in their portfolio, some of them kind of just fell by the wayside and either left distro in New Jersey or wound up self-distroing if they were New Jersey brands, such as Pinelands Brewing. But the bulk of the rest, I'd say probably 70-75%, somewhere in there, went to Remarkable Liquids, because the Sheehan family that owned Hunterdon has a connection to Remarkable Liquids.
Right.
Okay. So all the rest of these brands fell into Remarkable's lap. Now, Remarkable is also distroing in New Jersey since 2018, and they have been. I've worked with them since they came into the state, and Serene since 2017. They were about a year before, but they didn't have a lot of brands. They didn't have a big portfolio in New Jersey. Their basic home is New York, because they're based out of Rochester, and their warehouse is in Albany. So New Jersey was just kind of found money. They got into the game in New Jersey with some brands that they had in their portfolio in New York that wanted to come into the state, and they would send a truck down every once a week, maybe twice a week, and call it a day. Now they have all these brands, so they basically were dumped. Here you go from the Sheehan family. Here you go. Here's all these brands for New Jersey. So you have to step up your game in New Jersey. So they hired a lot of ex-Hunterdon reps to do a lot of the sales, in which case also Serene did as well, but Serene didn't get any of the brands. Serene was always building up their portfolio on their own. So now Remarkable and Serene, the basis of all of this is that Remarkable is getting out of New Jersey because it's hard for them with their ownership and the main office and everything being up in Rochester and their warehouse being in Albany. New Jersey is very difficult to attend to.
Right, and you're talking about a 3-hour ride of bringing some of these beers down that they have, even in a refrigerated truck. At some point, something's going to get warm.
Right.
And how far are they covering New Jersey? They can't be going further than the Driscoll Bridge. You're talking about a 5-6 hour day, just round trip. Even if they went 3 hours just from the tip of New Jersey back up to Albany,
right? They get down to maybe lower central Jersey, if that means anything.
Yeah. Okay.
But in any event, Serene is all over the state because Serene's actually, I believe, they still do send a truck occasionally down to Philly too. But Serene's in Westchester or Connecticut or Lower Connecticut or.
So it's a much easier trip.
A lot closer, yeah.
Right.
So from what I'm hearing is Serene purchased all of New Jersey from Remarkable.
Okay.
And Remarkable purchased Serene's business from the Hudson Valley out towards Buffalo.
Okay.
So it's kind of almost like I don't know what the monetary, I don't know whether it was a swap, a straight up swap.
Could be maybe equal,
whatever.
Okay. It sounds like not a lot of money changed hands. It sounds like it was almost like a trade for cash consideration.
Better for you. This is better for us.
Beneficial.
Right. Beneficial.
Exactly.
Right. But what that means in New Jersey, and the whole point of this is that you had two, other than your macro houses that had your bigger brands that we spoke about before, all right, and distribution companies like Barrel Storm and some others, all right. Basically, the bulk of the large amount of craft distro you had in New Jersey was coming from two places now. Now, stores like, the ShopRite Liquors and Total Wines and what you call Bottle Kings and the like, Spirits Unlimited,
the bigger
stores didn't matter because they're buying from both. They're buying from both. But they're the bread and butter. But the more amount of places that actually do carry craft beer are smaller stores, and a lot of them, a good number of them, more than 50%, don't want to have two different craft distributors that they deal with. So they're going to buy from one and not the other, or this one and not that one. So, and they're going to just, and it's going to be based on who they like more, who they get along with, who they've known longer, whatever the rep, that's what because it's all about.
Or maybe how many beers that particular one has.
Right, exactly.
That they carry in their store.
Right. Now it's all under one roof. So these places will be able to have more. So it's not a foregone conclusion that we're getting back to the 100 days. It's not what I was saying in the article, but I'm basically saying that it's definitely a step in the right direction for craft beer distribution in the state of New Jersey.
But is it a step in the right direction for who? For New
everybody.
Jersey? Well, no, but I mean, if they're carrying brands that are out of state, bringing them into the state, is it good for the state?
Well,
or is it good for?
It's good for the drinkers, but not.
It's good for everybody because here's the thing: it's not. Right. There's not any new brands. All the brands have been in the state, just under two houses. Now they're just under one house. Okay.
So for the liquor store, then it makes it easier for them to buy.
Liquor store makes it easier for them.
I get one sheet, on a Monday or a Tuesday or whatever it is. Here's what I got.
Right.
You only have to, make an order with one person and pay one person as opposed to splitting it into two.
Exactly.
So, I mean, for that, I guess it's okay. I guess for the smaller liquor store that sort of doesn't have the stock or whatever and was dealing with one and not the other, now you have a choice, right? I mean, it's do I deal with now the one person or do I just keep what I have and, you know what, I'm doing fine selling booze. If my craft beer selection isn't that great, that's okay. It's not a total portion of my store.
No.
Because I think if you looked at the smaller liquor stores like a Fanwood Liquors or whomever, a smaller place that doesn't have a big profile, as good as their craft beer selection is, they're limited by the amount of space that they have.
Of course.
So if their beer is not selling as good as their liquor and their wine that's going out the door, the owner could say, well, you know what? I don't have to sell that much craft beer. Somebody comes in and picks up a case of Sam Adams. Somebody comes in and picks up, whatever. I'm good. I make more money selling the other stuff. So that's where it could potentially hurt somebody.
Well, you're right. Yeah, yes and no. They make more money technically on the Sam Adams sales, right? Because of volume. All right.
Sure.
They're selling more Sam Adams. They're buying when they're buying.
You're buying Sam. You're buying Dogfish. You're buying their cocktails. You're buying a plethora of stuff that is from those two people.
But even just if you boil it down to one brand, right? If you just
Sure.
Sam Adams Summer Ale, right, versus Industrial Arts Wrench, all right.
Oh yeah.
It's going to sell more Sam Summer than it is going to sell Industrial Arts Wrench. Although some stores, there's a balance there, but no, they're going to move more Sam product than anything else because it's a much more publicized, much more known, much more marketed beer out there, and much more. What's the word I'm looking for? Much more. You can
accessible,
identifiable.
Yeah, it's more mainstream,
relatable, everything else. So
yeah.
But overall, like I said, it's going to be better for a lot of the liquor stores now that we're not dealing with either Serene or Remarkable.
Right.
It's going to be better for the consumer because they're going to have more options now. It's going to be in those stores anyway, and not have to drive further, to get what they need. It's going to be better for the brands because they're going to be better represented. Everything's going to be under one roof. They can get back to that. So there's a lot of there's some negatives to it too, but there's a lot more positives that
I'm going to play devil's advocate on that last statement that it's better for the brands because of their representation.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got so many brands under one distributor, are they going to be equally representing each one of those brands? Sure. They tend to play favorites.
No, I would think not. I would think that the ones that sell better, those are the ones they'll represent more, and the ones that don't
in the stores,
right? And then the ones that don't, they say, sorry, we tried, but we really didn't try.
Speaking from a purchasing point of view, all right, both of these companies, and even going back to the 100 days, everything was available. There wasn't a salesman in my face saying, "Hey, this is what you need to buy today. I don't care if you want anything else." Or I'm being
no, but I don't mean I see what I see what Samurai's point is that let's say, and I'm just throwing names out. I'm not whether they distro them or not, but let's say you have Firestone Walker, Foam, and Fiddlehead. Let's just say those three beers. The
3S.
Well, no, but I'm just saying the person who is selling to you is going to say, I only get this much of Firestone in. You got to jump on this now. The Foam and the Fiddlehead I can get whenever. And to be honest, I've had all three. If I had to choose a 2 and a 3, I'd probably say Foam, Fiddlehead. You probably want the Foam more than you want the Fiddlehead, and the Fiddlehead sort of takes the back burner, where he's not pushing that product to you equally that he would the other two.
True. But the bottom line is, as I said, the whole entire sheet is there. The whole entire list of availability is there.
Well, you said representation.
Rather than that's the other thing too. That's the other thing too. Serene is going to be hiring more sales reps.
So then it's twofold. It's the sales reps that they do hire if this whole deal is going through. The salespeople that they hire have to be. I mean, however they're going to do it. Jim takes 6 brands, Bill takes 4, Ted takes the other, 5. They need to be well versed in those brands.
Right.
They should be drinking all of them. They should be talking to the people from the brewery to make sure that they know every single nuance of those beers. You would assume they would, but maybe not. Maybe these are people that.
But don't reps break it out by region, not by brand?
Right. Here's the thing. You're also going to be. To your point, Al, you're right. But you're talking about 2 separate jobs, 2 separate positions, right? The brand managers, the brand reps, sometimes they're from the distributor, and with 100, and they were with the bigger brands anyway. And sometimes they're from the actual company themselves.
Yeah, but how many of those breweries now have brand managers that are big enough?
Well, that's just it. I'll tell you right now. Every single one of them does. It depends on how far away from Jersey they are, and how often they make it to the state.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So if you're talking about somebody like a Firestone Walker, they don't have a dedicated rep here anymore. Their rep is in California, and he makes a trip every once in a while to the East Coast. And he used to be on the East Coast. He went back out to California because he wanted to stay there. So I mean, we all met him down in Atlantic City at the beer fest. He was originally from here. He's out there now, so he doesn't make it that often back here unless it's a special thing. So, but again, I mean, we're talking about a brand that's 30 years old that people know about.
Right.
I'm saying the brand that's 5 years old or 10 years old that hasn't had much of a foothold here.
Sure.
The example I would give would be Toppling Goliath.
Mm-hmm.
Would be a perfect example. They came into Jersey almost 8 years ago, right? 9 years ago. How much have you seen?
9 years ago. Yeah, they came in with Serene. They came into Jersey with Serene.
But they came in with a big push.
Mm-hmm.
They were everywhere. They were saturating all the different bars. We're doing tap takeovers. We're doing this. We're doing giveaways. Blah 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 blah. Within 2 years, and then the pandemic, they sort of disappeared. They still send beer, but it's essentially we're in Iowa. We don't have the time or the effort or money to send somebody here to sort of, give another, a tour. A good example of somebody that they keep somebody here and that, pushes it further. And you just had him on was Chris Monahan.
Sure.
Yep.
From Lawson's Finest.
Mm-hmm.
He's based in Jersey. He's all over the bars. He's constantly selling the product. He knows the product. He's up in Vermont. That's what you need. I think if you have the right people in place, you could sell your beer. It's also incumbent on the people who purchase the beer that know the brands and are not just, oh yeah, I like the name, it sounds cute, or I like the can, it's whatever.
And therein lies the biggest issue, right? Now there are certain people, I won't name names, that know beer, that know brands.
I don't know any of those people
that have been purchasing beer for quite some time. That basically, when the reps come in, they know what they want. They don't need to be guided. Give me this, and this. This is what I want this week. So for them, it's just easier because now they're just having one meeting with one sales rep once a week.
Right.
Opposed to two, right? So still easier, right? But everything under one house. Now, I'm personally waiting to see how it plays out as far as availability goes. Is everything going to still be available as available as it was with Remarkable, with Serene, and is this going to affect Serene's other brands that they always had?
But to Samurai's point, and I think, and he brought up a valid point, is that I don't want to see Serene has 30 brands now. They only market 16 or 17 of them, and the rest of them, unless somebody asks us for it, we're really not going to pitch.
We've seen it happen before.
Exactly. So that's what I don't want to see. And I'm sure of the other, 13 or 14 brands, there's probably 10 of them that are really good that all three of us would seek out if we were in that particular state that carried that beer.
I'll give you this. I'll give you these talking points to basically everything both of you just said. And then we got a couple of comments we'll catch up on.
A couple,
yeah. And one person that I can actually speak to exactly what's going on because he's directly involved with it. But number one.
Actually two now, but.
Number one. Directly involved with the Serene Remarkable thing. Is what I meant. Anyway, as far as the brand managers, if you will, and the sales reps go, and the difference between them, that will continue. And the sales reps, what's going to happen is the people that Serene hires, I don't know if they're going to be putting any brand managers in positions like that, like Hunterdon used to do. Maybe they get to that point. I don't know. That's another story for another day. But they're going to be the hiring they're going to do right up front is going to be more sales staff. All right, to cover more area, to make it smaller sections because they're going to have bigger portfolios to sell. Everybody's sales are going to increase just because of the amount of volume that they have to sell now, right? But here's the other thing too. Both companies have every buyer in every store, every bar, every buyer that buys from both companies. So specifically Serene, right? But we'll call it both companies, has access to their entire portfolio online and is encouraged all the time to go on and look what's available. They get email blasts of all brand new just dropped items, whether it's stuff that they're focusing on or not. Anything that's new that reaches the warehouse goes out in an email blast. Everything.
Okay. All right.
The reason for that is neither company is as big as Hunterdon was. All right. They have their bigger brands, right? They have their bread and butter brands, if you will, right? But they don't have like Hunterdon had. They don't have Stone. They don't have Founders. They don't have Firestone Walker. They don't have Fish Head, right? All four of those, by the way, are with Bud and or Coors houses now.
Right.
So Serene and Remarkable aren't handling all of them. So they don't have those big brands that they were getting these constant pushes for C's to be sold and get this beer out there, and the sales reps were pushing it because the office from Hunterdon was pushing that. So some brands fell through the cracks. We all know that happened. I saw it firsthand.
Mm-hmm.
But what's happening with these two brands is everything they want to sell beer. They don't want to get beer in and have it sit there. So it doesn't matter if it's a smaller brand that they only got a half a pallet in from, or a big company, or not big company, bigger company that they got 3 pallets in from. They don't want those pallets to sit there. And a lot of them don't have, repurchase, older beer, reimbursement for that.
Right.
So they want to move as much price as they can. So they have these portals, if you will, set up. Every company, every buyer doesn't even need to see a sales rep. They can go right on the portal, order what they want, and it's shipped to them. A lot of the time, some of these sales reps don't do calling. They'll maybe see they'll see key accounts every week. Maybe they'll see some accounts every other week, some accounts once a month. I'm sure if you were for the beginning aren't going to see a rep for probably 3 or 4 weeks, but they can always go to the portal. They can order whatever they want. Everything's right there in front of them. And like I said, email blasts go out with everything, every new product. So it's very, very transparent, everything they have. So and I'm not sticking up for either one or the other. They're both in that position. Neither of them are 100 where they had those mammoth brands that really kind of took focus away from all the other smaller ones.
Well, then I hope, it seems like things are getting better with the economy very slowly. Mm-hmm. It's not the giant leaps that I think people were expecting.
Sure.
But they seem to be moving along. So I would like to see a little bit more of people going out and saying, all right, I'm going to hit a liquor store and maybe I'm going to buy 2 6-packs or 2 4-packs or a case of something, because you weren't seeing a lot of that. Although Brewbound had put out an article, I guess about a week or two ago, that there was an uptick in sales, that people are buying again. So you'd like to hope that that's going to translate into more people going to liquor stores and buying craft beer, or going direct to the. I like to go direct to the brewery and just buy the beer because I'm there and I'm drinking a lot more local than I am national. But it's nice to know that if I do walk into a liquor store and I see, maybe 5 or 6 more brands that I hadn't seen in a while, hey, that's good. I've got choice now. I can sort of cherry pick. All right, I don't want this. I've had that. I want that. Ooh, this looks new. Shiny new can. Let me try this. So I'd like to see more of that. Whether or not that happens, by the end of the summer or the beginning of the fall, that remains to be seen. What I don't want, and I think, Samurai, you would agree with me here, I don't want to see brands that were in the state that really didn't get a lot of traction for whatever reason just fade away and go by the wayside.
Right.
I want Jersey beers to succeed, but I also want the national brands that are really good, that we've all gone out and had, that have come now to New Jersey to try and open up a new avenue or a new revenue stream. You want to see them succeed as well. So that's the most important thing, I think.
Agreed. Agree with that.
It's I'm happy to hear that sales have ticked up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I hope the trend continues, but
because the trend was down for well over a year now.
Well over a year. So.
But we still need to get the younger generations drinking for that rebound to come, because the people are buying are the people that always bought, or do you think that we're starting to see them come out and buy?
That's an interesting point. So I think we're still seeing Gen Z not drinking beer. They're either drinking non-alcoholic beer, they're doing THC.
Yep.
There's other stuff here.
RTDs.
RTDs, but on the federal level,
if they're drinking at all.
Right. If they if they change the hemp rule and some things work out, I think you're going to see that. Look, THC drinks are here to stay. I think if they figure out a way to market it, I do think that a 10 milligram can with 2 servings is way too much. Make it 5, make it a 1 serving type of can. And I don't know how you have to trim that down. Is it a 12-ounce can? Is it a 10-ounce can? Maybe an 8-ounce can? I don't know what the margins are in terms of what they need to make to sell to make a profit.
Remember that conversation for a little bit later, but
yeah, that's way off the way off the beaten path. But we're seeing it here in New Jersey. We're seeing it in other states. You want to see that succeed. I think the non-alcohol thing, I think, is something that I don't know if a New Jersey brewery can do it, but we're seeing other breweries around the country sort of dipping their toe now into what they've seen with the success of Athletic and other non-alcoholic brands. I mean, geez, you got there's a ton of them. I mean, you could throw a stone. What is it? George Clooney's got one now. Who's the other the kid who's playing Spider-Man? Who's
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. He's got a whole thing.
Yeah, Brio.
So if and now there's a brewery in San Diego. The guy used to be a brewer.
Santiago. Remember Santiago.
Santiago. Well, when I'm going back out in November, and so now I found another place that I want to go to that's on the list of things that I want to do. This guy used to drink beer. He used to brew alcohol. Now he's brewing non-alcoholic beer and non-alcoholic spirits, and he's opened up a place that just caters to that. And it's on a much smaller scale than what Athletic does.
Wow.
So, that's the thing I would love to see. And again, I know for a New Jersey brewery, it's probably not feasible because obviously the equipment, the space, there's a whole, thing involved in making non-alcoholic beer.
There is something that I did hear, and I need to do a little more research on it, but somebody's telling me just last week that there's this, what they're calling it a lazy yeast, basically ferments the beer to 0 alcohol. So, the beer doesn't need to be de-alcoholized.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. If the recipe is there, and maybe somebody can do it, and it tastes good, right? Now maybe you start bringing in those people. Maybe you start, because what this guy in San Diego was saying, he said the reason why he gave up alcohol, he was drinking too much, et cetera, and he's finding now more people are gravitating towards the non-alcoholic stuff where they've had 2 or 3 beers during the night.
Right.
They're having one more, but they don't want to have the alcohol, so they switch to a non-alcoholic beer. Or they're having a beer, then they're switching to a non-alcoholic, then they're going back to a beer and sort of
there's a name for that.
Moderation.
We were just talking about that.
There's a name. They've got a term for
zebra drinking.
Zebra.
Okay. All right. Yeah. But we're seeing that now, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing. No. I think if you're doing that and you're drinking responsibly, that's great. And we all should be drinking responsibly. I mean, if we're home, that's one thing. But if you're out, you should be drinking responsibly. So, absolutely. Well, but I mean, I haven't even told my wife this yet because I was just reading the story yesterday. But this is a place I want to go to in San Diego because I want to check this out. Probably going to parlay it into an interview for the show. But I mean, it's an interesting concept that this guy has. He's like, I'm not telling you can't drink. It's just my place is going to be all non-alcoholic stuff, and I want to show you and teach you that you can do this and it's fine. So I think that's a good idea. But I think that's what we're seeing more out of Gen Z. Those kids just didn't. I think they saw their parents drinking alcohol, and for them it just wasn't a thing for them.
Right.
It wasn't ingrained. Like for the 3 of us, it was ingrained in us when we were kids. You saw your parents having a bud. They gave you a sip of wine at the table, whatever it was, and then you and your friends discovered your first quarter beer or your first, I smuggled some wine or something out of my parents' house or whatever. Let's have some.
That's the key to your statement right there. You and your friends.
Right.
Gen Z, they've been their friends. They're online playing games.
They're sitting home by themselves, online gaming. So. Right.
I don't even see them doing the 0.0 for that matter, because
many of them don't, but some do. Some are like, all right, my 2 friends drink, but I don't. But now when I'm at a bar, look, there's a non-alcoholic selection. I don't have to sit here and drink water the whole night or a soda. I can feel like I'm a part of the group because I'm having a beer, but there's no booze in it
when they go out.
when they go out.
If actually, let's change the date.
I mean, there are some. I mean, I don't want to lay a blanket, on all of them.
But I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying the majority.
Oh, 100%. I would think it would be less than 20% of Gen Z is drinking.
Yes.
I would say that's probably correct. I was talking, and I won't say the specifics of the conversation, and for reasons that I'll discuss with you guys off the air. But
I'm just going to call you Caveat Man tonight.
No.
I won't mention names.
I have a couple of people that I've talked to are very they're very hopeful that based on certain observations in younger drinkers, that this is going to change. We're not going to continue down the path that these younger Gen Zs are on. Maybe it's Gen Alpha. However you want to do it, I don't know. Gen Alpha's not drinking yet, so I doubt it could be them. But
you always get a bounce back. You always get that rebellion from what you've seen your parents do.
Basically, they're saying it's going to turn around. There's this hiccup. There's this 4, 5, 6 year hiccup, and it's going to start to change.
But also non-alcoholic beer is here to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think it's almost
it's a thing, and that's fine. Yeah, absolutely.
It's almost the IPA, right? When the IPA first came out, everybody was kind of it's bitter, it's this. I don't know, it's a fad. It's not going to be this. Remember, Jim Cook gambled on it. Said, "I'm never going to make an IPA. It's a fad," and he was wrong, and ended up having to shift, and yada yada. And what ended up happening was him and Dogfish ended up getting together, and it's a great partnership. But I think in the beginning, a lot of people were looking at non-alcoholic beer and going, "Oh, it's O'Doul's and Sharps," and then they started drinking and going, "You know what? This isn't terrible. This could actually work." Mm-hmm. And Athletic, kudos to them, tweaked it enough where they've eliminated a lot of the chemical sort of aftertaste of some of their stuff. Their stuff has flavor. Some of the other non-alcoholic stuff has a lot of good flavor, and that there's no booze in it.
The Europeans are doing it well.
Well, Estrella Galathea, I've said this before, their 0.0 lager, probably the best non-alcoholic lager I've ever had. It's fantastic, and they drink a ton of it.
I accidentally, for a show a little while back, went downstairs from work to Italy and grabbed a Peroni. I get home, it was a 0.0. I'm like, you know what? I'm drinking it anyway. And you know what? It was a fucking Peroni.
Right.
It was delicious.
Right. Yeah, there's very, very little.
And that's the first time you ever heard me say that about a 0.0.
They need regular Peroni and Peroni Zero. And I mean, there's such a slight difference. You're not going to just drinking it. You're not noticing it.
Right. But that's what I mean. So it's here to stay. People have figured out how to make it, market it, and be successful at it. And I think that other breweries, are going to start catching on and start, offering, or maybe down the road have a non-alcoholic beer. I mean, we're seeing it in breweries in New Jersey now. They offer Athletic Brewing. If you don't want to, if you don't want to have, where was I the other day? I was at Pallet. Pallet had, their list of of alcoholic beers. They had 2 hard seltzers. They had a bunch of stuff, root beer and a couple of other things. And then they had Athletic beer if you want Athletic beer. So
most breweries in New Jersey that don't offer non-alcs, and I don't think any of them do carry Athletic.
Yes.
But not just non-alc, Athletic.
Right.
That's the recognizable brand, so that's what they're putting in there.
Right. And hey, look, they can buy it at any supermarket.
Athletic has a regular IPA, a West Coast IPA, a hazy IPA.
Yeah, but think about it.
They have a light lager. They have a light lager with lime. There's a lot.
Think about it for them. It's another revenue source, right? You buy a 12-pack of or a case of it in a ShopRite for what? It's $25, whatever it is. You sell it at $4 or $5 a can. You've made your money back after you sell 6 cans.
Right.
The rest of it is gravy. So I mean, 18 cans. Now you're making profit, and so what? So it's not your beer, but you've made yourself a little extra money. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's good. I think the first Jersey brewery that actually makes a non-alcoholic beer and markets it as their non-alcoholic beer. I don't know. I'm trying to think who could do it. Bolero could probably do it because they have the space and the equipment. Icarus could probably do it. Source, I think maybe, but I don't think that they'd want to with what they have there.
Mhm.
But I think some place big enough that decides one day, you know what, I'm going to dedicate a tank. I'm going to try it.
Cape May.
Let's see what happens. And it comes out good.
Mhm.
They got themselves a winner.
Cape May.
Yeah, you know what?
I can see Ryan doing that.
I could totally. I'm surprised he hasn't done it yet.
Justin, could you see Ryan doing that? Assuming you're still on.
Speaking of
the
Justin,
comments, yeah, Justin.
before these become so dated, we don't know what the hell they were talking about.
Justin said, going back to Serene and Barrelstorm, only 2 options for full state distribution. Then he said, New Jersey beer distribution franchise law is one of the toughest and most distributor biased in the country. 100%.
Right.
So that's if you catch my drift, that's 300%.
Yeah.
So there you go.
No,
Brian Boak.
No math.
I know. Brian Boak said, sorry, late, had to hit grocery store for wife, flying out tomorrow without.
Wait a second. What happened to the old one that you had to go get another one at the grocery store? Brian.
It was on sale.
I didn't know they were selling. The grocery store was selling wives. That's interesting.
That's right.
Flying out tomorrow without her to getting beer
there.
now anyway. And then Justin said, Remarkable distributed to South Jersey, full statewide distro. The issue with both Remarkable and Serene are that they are picking up beer from New Jersey and taking it back to New York, then back to New Jersey. It's operationally efficient. So New Jersey is
awful for the environment.
Wouldn't it have been cheaper for them?
Wait a minute,
but wouldn't it have been cheaper for one of them to just buy a cold box with a warehouse somewhere and just store it?
You would think.
That would make. With so many of the breweries that went out of business in the last couple of years.
Well, Remarkable just got Tonewood. Okay, so Tonewood was distributing all over New Jersey on their own. That one right there.
Right.
They had less and less accounts up north, more obviously down south.
Sure.
Them, but they were distributing all over New Jersey. So they just signed a deal. I think they're still distributing locally in Camden and Gloucester County by themselves, but Remarkable is distributing everywhere else. Now that was going to get Tonewood more accounts, obviously, because Remarkable had the ability to distribute, to get it into more accounts. Then they were going to go set up new accounts, right? And they'd be able to service them. Here's the thing. Justin's absolutely right. When Tonewood was giving them beer, Remarkable would pick it up, bring it back to Albany, and then put it in a warehouse, and then send it back to Jersey whenever it was ordered.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world, but it's a logistical nightmare.
Oh,
right?
Sure.
You're 100% correct when you say it would make much sense, especially now with what Serena's doing. Serena's a lot closer to New Jersey, obviously, than
right
up in Albany. But if they had a New Jersey, and granted, we're only talking about a handful of brands here, so does it really matter when it is that close? I think it's better. It's better serviced now.
Right.
But it's much better than Remarkable is going up to Albany. But it's still a bit of a logistical nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
So, just continuing really quick. Brian said his first beer was Sena Adarius Rustic Ales Chavez Robust Porter, 6.8%. Never had that one. I'm assuming you got it from Tavor. I didn't even see that one. Justin said his first beer, Human Robot Jefe Dorado.
Jefe.
I was kidding.
Jefe.
Then Justin said, to the focus and share of mind market with salesmen, that's driven by the supplier and what kind of MBO and marketing efforts are decided upon. The breweries need to manage the distributor to be in their face. 100%. 100% is correct. Mike Dolan said, and this is what I was talking about, because this directly affects him and his sales with Be United and OEC. What's up, gents? Just got home from OEC. First beer of the night, Harvest and Bitter and Twisted Golden Ale. Wow. Mike, I'll talk to you about that afterwards. But that looks fantastic. Harvest Bitter and Twisted Golden Ale. I'm gonna have to. I saw that. I have to do that. Anyway, point being, Be United sells to, or currently still sells to Remarkable, and the Remarkable sells to their accounts. But it's a unique thing too, because unlike any other brand that Remarkable, or for that matter, Serene now has, they're not just distributing the beer to the distributor and then the distributor selling it. Mike is going out along with Brendan and other people too, but Mike and Brendan in the state of New Jersey are going out and selling the beer from Be United, which represents all these imported German brands and everywhere else, as well as OEC. And then all of the orders get placed through them. Then they get sent to the distributor and just automatically shipped to who bought it. So they're the sales reps for Mike's the sales rep for the OEC brands and everything else. So now that has to change over. Now they're going to have to set up this whole thing with Serene now. And this is supposed to take place August 1st. So we're less than a month away from this actually happening. Mm-hmm. It's going to be longer for them. So from what I've heard, Mike, I'll talk to you tomorrow, Mike, but from what I've heard, it's going to be a little longer for them. It might be September before that happens. So we'll see what happens with that.
All right.
Justin said, hyper-local craft is what hurts other small national craft that comes into our state. New Jersey is also ranked 40th to 46th in the country as state's craft beer brewery consumption per capita. Okay, so that's kind of low.
Yeah.
Very, very low.
I mean, how many states are there? 1, 2, 3, 4.
More than 3.
More than 3. No math, I know. And then Brian said, my wife used to like the 50s. Now I got her down.
That's the THC drinks.
Yeah.
Never mind. Now she's liking the 70s better. Or there you go.
No, I thought we were talking about the Bills.
And then he said wimp. There you go. Justin said, NA beer. One issue with non-alc beer is that it should be pasteurized in order to be safe for consumers since there is no alcohol to act as a preservative. Yeah. Most local breweries don't have the infrastructure to do it safely, or they need to contract it. Yeah. And I can read
that is a fair point. That's what a lot of people have told me that said locally they don't want to do it because they feel that it needs to be pasteurized to keep it fresh.
Exactly. And the rest of his comment that's too big to put up there. I need to contract with someone that has the equipment. And the issues fall within the supply chain and refrigeration until it hits the consumer.
Right.
One of the main reasons that NA draft beer has been limited due to the complexities of pasteurizing the keg.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. It's a tough thing, but I think at some point somebody's going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to figure out how to keep it refrigerated, how to keep it pasteurized in a way that makes it work. And kudos to whoever does that. Maybe it's going to. I think it's definitely going to be a bigger brewery in the state than a small outlier, maybe like a Departed Souls or something that says, hey, I make gluten-free beer already. Let's try and do a non-alcoholic one.
Right.
But it's going
to be difficult for that to happen.
Exactly.
That's right. It's got to be a bigger house.
Exactly. Hey, I know I don't have a ton of time left, but I know you guys wanted to get to the other topic about
I do. Let me just read these last 3 comments and we'll talk about that and then you can go. And Brian said, NA beer is still a good thing to have out there for people that don't want to drink but don't want to get a buzz.
100%.
And he says, buy one and get
Wives at the grocery store.
Buy one, get one free. Wives at the
grocery store. I like that. BOGO and Wives. Nice.
There you go. Nice. And then Justin said, this is important too. New Jersey ABC it's the New Jersey ABC that makes it so difficult, and warehouse pricing in New Jersey is now astronomical that it's easier and costs less overall to operate from their warehouse in New York. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. Absolutely. I'm just saying, had they invested 10 years ago when it was less money, it probably would have been more beneficial.
We're talking about warehouses that were $4 a square foot.
Right. Are now
over $20 a square.
Yeah, exactly.
It's ridiculous. Exactly. All right. So switching to the other point I wanted to bring up with Al here, and that's Anchor.
Right.
Now you talked about Anchor on your show a couple weeks ago.
Yes, there was. That was actually, my God, it's probably like 2 months ago that we started seeing from the TTB that Anchor had put some labels in to get approved.
April 30th, they got approved. They approved 2 labels.
Right.
Steam. Right. And Old Foghorn.
Right. So
Foghorn.
Yeah, and they're going back to their original labeling, which I think is great. That's smart. Everybody knows that. The new thing just never took off. Get rid of it.
That was just
make it like the new Coke of their generation. Sapporo, just goodbye.
That was Sapporo. That was all Sapporo. So.
Right. I am happy that they are finally moving forward. Mm-hmm. What my question is why has it taken so long?
It's over 2 years.
Right. Because it's not like there were people
in May of 24. It's
right, but
it's 26.
But it's also not like people didn't want the brand to continue. You had a contingency of people that worked there that were trying to buy the brewery, there were people that were available and involved. I don't get why this owner, who's got, he certainly has a lot of
He's got
money.
some scratch.
Yeah. Where you couldn't have moved this along a little bit. Like, hey, all right, they're invested. I'm invested. Let's get things moving. What do I need to do to move this forward? Now, it could be because of the equipment in the original building had just gotten lapsed and, it needed too much work to be done or whatever. But hey, listen, it's encouraging. It's a great sign. I think that there are people that are excited about it. I'm certainly excited about it. I would love to see a fresh anchor, for sure, on taps. I think the smart move for them, and I forgot who said this in the piece that I was. Maybe it was Jeff Allworth. I'm not sure who, or maybe John Hall. It might have been John Hall. Don't get too big too quickly.
No.
Start it out in San Francisco.
Yep.
Keep it there. Keep it there. Make people come to you to get it.
Mm-hmm.
You want anchor that bad? Take a flight to San Francisco. Come see us in the brewery. I wouldn't even, in fact, if I were them, I wouldn't even be doing distro. I would open up a tap room, very small, on a small scale, and get it out there. Maybe one bar, maybe the first bar that ever carried anchor, if they're still around, whatever it is, or a popular establishment that people go to. That's what I would do.
Well, let me ask you a question. With whatever interviewing or whatever you read or whatever you talked about on your show, was the and I looked through this a little bit, but I don't remember if it was talked about, because we're over 2 years removed from him buying the assets, right? But the assets that he bought the building. Was all the equipment still there? Did he buy all the equipment?
I believe he did.
Sold? He bought everything. So it was
everything. Lock, stock, and barrel.
Okay, so with that amount of equipment, he does have the capability to do some very small local distribution just to start, because he's going to be making too much beer with that equipment just to supply the tap.
Correct, but my question is the equipment ready to go? That's the thing. It's been sitting dormant for a long time, and it's old equipment. So what's it going to take to get it up and moving? Yeah. That's why I'm saying, like, if he bought it 2 years ago, let's say the deal closed in 3 months or 6 months or whatever it is, there should have been a plan in place. Let's keep things moving, or whatever we need to do to maintain it. Let's maintain it so that when we're ready to flip the switch, I don't have to put more money into it.
Right. So that's just it. Is the equipment, if the equipment's still viable and it's still usable, right? Which a lot of the older equipment is.
But we don't know. That's the thing. Nothing has been revealed.
In general, a lot of the older equipment is. So there shouldn't, unless it was just mistreated and left unattended and just like really went to shit, it still should be able to be CIP'd and cleaned several times or whatever, and go fall right back into use.
That's a good point. That
there shouldn't be 2 years worth of issues.
Well, that's the one thing. You've got the equipment, but also Anchor was an establishment. They've been around so long in San Francisco. How many times do you think maybe they had a building inspection, and because they were Anchor, things were overlooked? But now you've got this new owner. Now all of a sudden, I've got to bring everything up to code, and I can see a building like that taking 2 years to bring it all the way back up to code.
And a lot of money.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's definitely a possibility. So
definitely. That's certainly something to consider. Look, I mean, again, I'm encouraged and I'm happy. But let's see what hopefully they do this as more of a slow, methodical. We're doing these 2 beers. Maybe we introduce a new beer next year, an old favorite or something. We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. Let's get us back into the market and get people excited about it, and then we can move forward. But marathon, not a sprint.
But I think back into the market, I think you get out to those bars in San Fran that always carried it, not just one or two. Get yourself out there.
I could see that.
Get the city excited again. That Anchor's back on tap.
Right.
And do it multiple. Because to John's point, they've got large equipment. You don't want the beer going stale. Figure out how many kegs do we have out of this batch? How many do we need for the tap room? The rest go out to bars.
Right.
But to your earlier point, those select bars that were there, those were the homes for Anchor.
Right. That they were there and always there for you and always carried it or did something special around it. That's what you have to reward them in the beginning to create that buzz, to get people to say, hey, I need to go there. and have an anchor the way I used to have it. When I used to
And I'd
frequent
love
the
to see them in the baseball stadium.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean that would be nice.
You've got to
Well,
capture
Athletic has a presence in there now, so I mean
Yeah.
that's another big thing. Stone has a presence down in San Diego, so I mean it's we're
Right. You're right.
So we'll see. We'll see. It'll be
Jersey's girls got a presence in Seton Hall.
that's right.
Yeah.
Chuck has done a great job in cultivating that, and the beer is fantastic. I mean, that's the selling point. I mean, great. It's he's a Seton Hall grad, and he's marketing that end of it, but the beer has to be good too, and the beer is fantastic. Yeah. So kudos to him. That's a good thing, and you want to see more of that. Mm-hmm. That's what I'd like to see more of. It's sad that it's not like St. John's has a beer with Flagship Brewing with their Wolfhound, and they do their Irish Red, and that's there during Red Storm games in the Garden, which is great. You want to see more of that. That's what everybody wants to see. That.
Speaking of an Irish Red, I got a Scottish Red. My second beer that I put up is it's Caribbean Cask Innocent Gun. Scottish.
How is that?
It's pretty tasty. It's not my favorite Scotch ale. I know what my favorite Scotch ale is, but I'll have that on a later show. But it's not my favorite Innocent Gun. I would say it's my second favorite Innocent Gun. Just a regular Scotch ale from Innocent Gun's the better one. This one's interesting though. It's just a close second because it's Caribbean rum cask finished, and it's got a little bit of that rum flavor to it, which adds a different layer, not an odd, not a weird, a different layer of
a summery flavor. A
summery one, if you will. There you go.
Well, speaking of summery, this is my second. I think both of you are.
I love Beach. I gotta go get me some Beach. I love that beer. I really do.
Mm-hmm. Stop by tomorrow.
It says it best pairs with.
I'm going to see Sergio tomorrow in Metuchen. He is my interview this week for the Craft Beer Cast. We're going to promote a little Terzo.
Stop by Thursday. I'll put one aside for you. So.
But this pairs best with staring with the sun, staring into the sun, wearing your coolest shades. That's what it pairs well with.
Staring into the sun, wearing your coolest shades. Yeah,
and I don't disagree with that.
Mm-hmm. Joe, what do you
disagree with that? Speaking of Jersey beers, before I jump out of here, are either of you planning on attending 2 Tons Grand opening this weekend?
Possibly. I don't think I have anything planned this weekend. Do I?
I am.
This is the new ownership.
Yes, new ownership. Well, actually, the plan for me on Saturday.
I was at their first grand opening.
I think I was there a couple of days after.
You can go to 2 grand openings for the same brewery at different times.
See that? So my plan is to head up to Conclave for their 11th anniversary, which is Saturday. Hit them for an hour or so, and then come back down on my way back home to hit 2 Ton in the afternoon. Introduce myself to the new owner and sort of see what they're doing over there. I'm excited. I'm excited that she bought the business lock, stock, and barrel. She's got the recipes, and I'm hoping for big success.
And I'm hoping she keeps the speakeasy downstairs.
Oh yeah, I hope so.
That place was. I love that space.
That was they needed to do more in that space that they didn't do. It was like, all right, we're going to do it for private parties.
It was closed. It was closed off so often.
Yeah. They should have opened. I mean, look, neither here nor there now, but I hope that she kept it, and I hope that she's going to do something with it and make it more of a, a kind of cool little vibe thing,
or like a very hyper specialized mug club.
Yes,
anytime,
so cool.
Anytime I was ever down there. It wasn't open. It was just because Matt and Jim were like, "Hey, let's go downstairs and chat."
Right.
Beers,
I was down there once when it was actually open.
Right.
I don't think I was down there ever. I was probably down there 3, 4, maybe 5 times. I don't think any of those times it was ever actually open. Just went down there.
Yeah, when I was down there, I was interviewing Matt for the show. I mean, it was just all right. Here's a quiet spot. Let's just sit and chill. I mean, it was just a really cool, funky place to hang out and chill. I mean, it was perfect.
You got to go outside and down the stairs to get down there.
Yeah. So I'm excited for them. So I'm going to try and hit both of those, and
I'll keep you posted. But yeah, that's
a little celebration.
I do have to get over to.
No, it's not Christmas beer yet. Al. No celebration yet.
No celebration yet.
No.
There might be a wee bit of celebration in a couple of weeks.
Please,
Oh,
who was I
that's
just? Wait a minute. I was just talking to somebody. They're having to brew. When I was at Killsborough last week, they're already putting their Oktoberfest and their fest beer. It's almost ready to go.
Yeah.
Like I had a sample off the tank. It's ready. I mean, it's
End of
fantastic.
July, beginning of August is when. And
Yeah, I know. But it was just like, oh my God, it's
I'll
here
jump
already.
ahead. I know you got to go, but I'll jump ahead a couple of points, and Dave and I can talk about the rest ourselves. But what? How do you feel about that? I mean, we're weeks away, maybe 2 even weeks away. Certainly on this show from Christmas in July, but we are weeks away, 2 or 3 weeks away from starting to see pumpkins and Oktoberfest on the shelves.
You know, I get why the breweries have to do it. Because if they don't start getting it out now, it's still going to be sitting there in January. But I don't have a problem with drinking an Oktoberfest beer in January. It's still relevant, even if it's not the season. But I understand it from their standpoint. We've got to get it. It takes a while. So if we get it ready to go for July and we push it out there, hopefully we get it all sold. I think they
want to run out of it in September is what they want.
Exactly. And I think that's not a bad move if you're a smaller brewery.
Right.
You know what I mean? With a smaller footprint. But if you're somebody like a Sam Adams who puts an Oktoberfest out there every year, you need to make volume of it so that it's still going in October when you're hosting stuff. So I totally understand the both sides of it. I don't care. I'll drink a Marzen any time of the week. I don't have a problem with it. I'll drink a fest beer or whatever. I'm fine with that.
There's some German breweries that are making Märzens year round now. You can go get a fresh Oktoberfest in February.
Right. Yeah. So again, I don't have a problem with that. But what I want to see from the two of you before I go, pizza party is at the end of this month on Staten Island.
The date?
It is July 25th.
July 25th.
It is noon to 4. Snug Harbor, Staten Island. All you can eat pizza. All you can drink beer. 30 breweries. Some brand new that have never been to the event that are excited to come. Autodidact is one of them. I think Human Robot's going to be there. They've never been there. Wayward Lane. There's a great list of breweries. Awesome. It's an awesome day. You guys should come. It's phenomenal.
I really do want. We've got something planned to bring you that day.
How dare you? How dare you? Cancel.
I would.
I may be able to arrange it. All
right.
We've got to see.
All right. I'm just saying. I'm 6 years going. I never miss one. We always have a fantastic time. I mean, how can you be? It's music, pizza, beer.
Couldn't be the best things.
That's it.
Noon to 4. I might be able to, if I can make it work, I might be able to get there by like 1:30.
You won't be missing out too much.
There you go.
But it's a phenomenal event, and I encourage all of you, if you've never been and you're listening, Killsborough.com, go check it out, get the tickets. It's I mean, we were ripping the beer fest at the Turtleback Zoo that happened 2 weeks ago, that people were devastated. I saw a thing on Reddit. They were trashing that thing left and right. I know a lot of breweries that didn't go because the way they changed the rules this year, they wanted them, not only did they want them to donate the beer, they wanted the breweries to pay for their own tickets to sit there and walk around and drink. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, total nonsense. And the tickets, the general admission was 100 and change. And it was 3 hours. And all you got was beer.
Nope.
This is $75-$80. All you can eat pizza, all you can drink beer for 4 hours.
4 hours.
4 hours.
4 hours.
How can you beat that?
4 hours.
Sorry, that's the Staten Island in me.
4 hour tour.
Apologize.
4 hour.
So
4 hour tour. There you go.
All right, boys, I got to break out. Thanks for having me. Thanks for
popping on.
No, not a problem.
Appreciate it. Appreciate the pop on. That's awesome.
Yeah. Listen, this weekend, Sergio, we're going to talk about Melavino. We're going to talk about Sergio Matella from Terzo and Metuchen. I'm interviewing him tomorrow. We're going to talk about the aftermath of Melavino Meadery and what he's doing.
I still have 3 bottles left.
I have 1.
So I have
one. I have 1.
1, 2. I have 3. I have 3 myself. I'm
7
right at them.
3 of us. Let's put them together and drink them.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And we might tease a little something that Sergio is becoming a part of, and has to do with beer. So
And I got to ask you. I got to ask you one question before you go.
The board collective. He's becoming part of the board collective.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Just checking.
What are you doing the weekend before Killsborough?
Oh, Toto,
Okay, just
Christopher Cross, Romantics,
romantic.
PNC. Come on,
There you go.
that's going to be a great night.
We will be drinking in the parking lot. So
Oh, we will. We certainly will. That'll be a looking forward to that.
hopefully it won't be raining.
Whatever.
And
We'll make the best of it.
Matter?
If it does,
Make
we'll
the best
still
of
be
it.
drinking in the parking lot. Just
It
getting
rained for Sammy Hagar. We still made the best of it. That's
Sure.
what you got to do. That's all.
Hey, if you've
And
not
I'm looking and I'm looking at my Joe Bonamassa guitar too.
Very nice. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah,
if you haven't been to PNC and gotten absolutely soaked at a concert because you could only afford the lawn tickets, are you really from Jersey?
Right.
This is very true.
So this is you can't really see it because of the way it, but that's Bonamassa's signature.
Sure, yeah.
That's a huge signature. It looks like a penis.
Yeah, not really.
Maybe it's just the way it looked on the screen, man. I don't know.
But this is a Les Paul Epiphone, and I won it, and they gave me tickets, and got to meet Joe, and he signed it, and it was a fantastic night. And I don't play guitar, but I'm going to start learning. So
there you go.
There you go.
I will pull out my Epiphone and play along with you.
There you go.
There you go.
All
right, boys.
All right.
Peace.
You got it. Al, thanks for coming on. We appreciate everything you do. We'll talk to you soon.
You got it.
Take care.
Bye.
Cheers. Yeah. All right. So Al is leaving us.
We have lost the talent.
I think yeah, exactly. Well, we're back to just us now.
Shit.
And now Al's still there. Oh, he's still there. Oh, there we go. Anyway, a couple comments really quick to catch up on. Brian People says, go high or go home. Second beer, River North Brewing. The last Guardian barrel-aged Abbey style ale, 19.3%. Holy freaking shit!
Okay,
I love River North Brewing.
I hope he's sharing it with his two wives.
I love 3. He's got 2 for 1.
Well, no, he had. I think he had.
No, she was home. He went and bought 1, and it was 2 for 1.
So he's got 3 now. Okay,
he's got 3. There you go. Now, I love River North Brewing out of Denver. Fantastic brewery. But I've never had a 19.3% barrel-aged Abbey style ale. I'm gonna have to look into that.
No, that's up there.
Do you imagine that one of us drinking that on the Big Beer Show in December? I should buy just that beer, and that's it.
Just buy it and give it to Matt. It's Belgian. He'll drink it.
You know, Matt, this is your only beer. Just drink this one.
No. But here's a 4-pack.
Here's a 4-pack. There you go. He also said he is not attending the grand opening as he will be in breweries in Minnesota on Wednesday and Thursday night. There you go.
Poor you.
Poor you. I'll give you a couple to go to. And then Justin Vitti said, our Oktoberfest beer has been in the tank since mid-June. October in the name in the U.S. doesn't sell to customers after the month is over. If it isn't ready by mid-August, then you don't get space in stores when it is.
That's probably the key phrase right there. You don't get the space.
You can't sell. It's hard to sell an Oktoberfest in November. So now you can sell a Märzen in November. You could. It's hard. It's easier to sell a Märzen in November than it is to sell a Fest beer because Fest, in most people's mind, they add October 1st to it. So, but he did say his second beer is Human Robot Endless Sun Rays.
Someone's got a nice stash of Human Robot.
He does. He's got that. He's got the Jeffy beer.
The Jeffy.
Jeffy.
Justin, you got to tune in Thursday because Thursday we're doing a End of the Chaser show, but it's going to be tiki.
It's going to be a tiki show, Justin. Watch End of Chaser on Thursday. There you go.
There you go.
All right, and he said always. There you go. Awesome.
I think he's talking about the Human Robot stock of beer.
He could be talking about both. He could be talking. Probably is. And he goes.
See, he was talking about Human Robot.
Thursdays are so difficult. Well, if you got a phone, check us out once in a while. But we're doing tiki, so anyway, there you go. And I did. Dave, did I share what Justin sent me with the tiki thing down in Cape Ann?
No,
I did.
No.
I gotta send it to you. I gotta send that to you.
Yep,
We gotta figure that out. We gotta do that. All right. What was your? Did you finish your second beer? Did you finish your beach?
Yeah, the beach is gone. Beach is long gone.
The beach is gone. The beach is gone.
I've moved on to this sucker.
What would be that? That would be Lawson's and we had them on the show last week, if you recall. Nitro Stout, dry Irish Stout.
And I poured that into my Duvel back glass.
Your Duvel back glass.
I love it when it's like this, where you got a dark liquid in there, and the gold bats stick out, and only the other bats only stick out for where you've drank it down to.
That's awesome.
One of my favorite glasses.
That is pretty awesome. So, all right, I'm going to open my third one.
What you got there?
All right, let me just take the cap off of that. There we go. Pour it out.
That helps to pour.
Yeah, well, I've tried pouring a beer with the cap on. Doesn't work that well.
Well, you got to punch a hole in the side.
You're not wrong.
And here comes the picture.
Comes the obligatory picture.
He's going to take the picture. I don't think I took a picture of any of my beers today. I've taken enough pictures today.
Have you? All right. Well, so my beer is Rheingold, the dry beer. Try Rheingold wherever you buy beer. It's not bitter, not sweet. It's the extra dry treat.
That's not what you're drinking.
Rheingold beer. No, I'm kidding.
It's too dark to be Rheingold.
This is for sure. That's a very old Rheingold. We're just talking about German beers.
That's a whole lot of oxidation you got in there.
Here we go. It is Maximator from Augustiner.
Maximator. This looks only 7.5. I always thought Maximator was higher.
Yeah, Maximator 7.5. Maximator Doppelbock. It's fantastic beer.
That's like one of the lower ABV Doppelbocks out there.
It is, but it's a very tasty beer. So there you go.
That's a very pretty color beer.
Oh, that's very nice. Very, very nice.
Oh,
very, very nice. Justin said, I have listened and participated in his driveway.
Which means he's still sitting in the car.
There you go. No, well, to the cocktail podcast, he said. And Brian Boak said, almost time to start a new Tavor crate, as I am down to about 3 beers from the 40-plus score that he had.
Well, he drinks about 5 of them on our show.
Yeah. Well, that's what he buys the Tavor for, right? He drinks Tavor and his beer on our show.
Yep.
And occasionally a Greg beer.
And occasionally a brand new BOGO wife.
Right, exactly. Or he pulls out one of his whiskey hauls and has
Oh, yeah, there's that too.
A little bit of that. All right. So I did say I was going to go back to a beer nut because I think to go well with this.
Beer nut.
Let's see.
I resemble that.
Oh, I am that.
Well, you are what you eat, so of course you are.
There you go. Oh, it does work well.
Nice.
Very nice.
I'm quite happy for you. Or in the more modern parlors, I love that for you.
I love that for you. I'm so on that. All right. A couple other things. I want to jump back up because we jumped down with Al before he had to leave. Talking points. There's been a can label, submitted for approval to the TTB.
Okay, from
3 Floyds in Munster, Indiana.
I've heard of them.
Mm-hmm. And the can label is for a 12-ounce can. And it is Dark Lord.
Dark Lord in cans. Well, maybe
in a 12-ounce can.
Maybe it'll last longer than a year and a half now.
Right. So now, here's the thing. Now, our buddy Doug Galecki from Beer Aficionado on Instagram, from Beer Crunchers, he said he was talking about it, and he did bring up one point that was pretty funny. He said maybe putting Dark Lord in cans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because everybody would buy the bombers, right? Everybody buy the 750s. You know, that went out there, and if you remember, and I don't know what it's been the last couple of years. I can't say with any knowledge how they've done it since the pandemic. But prior to the pandemic,
ever since their tap room closed.
But I didn't even realize the tap room closed.
I could have sworn I heard the tap room had closed.
I'm not sure it did, but maybe it did. I could be wrong, but
I don't know. Maybe be thinking something
prior
else.
to the pandemic, and I was out at 3 Floyds in 2019.
Oh no, it's still open. I'm thinking of something else.
2019, I was out there. What they did was they had Dark Lord Day, right? And
Yes.
you bought tickets, and your tickets to Dark Lord Day, and it could have been up to $300, right? $200, $300, whatever. All right, it got you 6 bottles of Dark Lord. It got you 2 originals, I'm pretty sure it was 2 originals, 2 variants, and you picked the variants you wanted, and then 2 other variants or 1 other variant or something like that from the year before, or 2 years before that, or 3 years before that, that they still had sitting at the brewery, right?
Right.
And then you used to come home, and what people were doing, they were hoarding them, right? You bring it home and you just admire the bottle. And look, we're all guilty of it. We all have a few bottles that we haven't opened. Hey, I'm going to save that bottle for a special day.
And what does Gene say?
Drink your fucking beer.
Drink your fucking beer.
Right. So, in any event,
though I am sitting on some Cantillon that I brought back from Belgium.
Right.
So,
yeah. So
but that's understandable.
Yeah, and I mean, there's plenty of look, we all have plenty of beer that we haven't drank that we should. Obviously, it's probably getting past its prime now. Some of the bigger, higher ABV stouts and barley wines that are barrel aged. Yeah, I mean, if you got 6 or 7 or 8 years on them, they're still probably fine. Any oxidation that happens in oxidation that happens.
A couple too many syllables in that.
A couple too many syllables. I like that. Oxidation that happens in those beers, it's just going to add to the flavor profile, right? It's going to give you the leather. It's going to give you tobacco. It's going to give you that.
Yeah.
It's going to accentuate those flavors. But in any event, there's definitely a bunch of bottles that we all have that are sitting on our shelves or in our cellars or wherever we store them that are getting past their prime. So
pennies or licorice or
right. So what
cardboard?
What I think Three Floyds is trying to do is get people to drink the fucking beer.
By putting it in 12s,
putting it in a 12-ounce can. Now you don't need an occasion to open up a 750 milliliter bottle. You can open one.
We usually call that Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, I'll tell you right now, and you may be different, but I'll tell you right now, I'm not drinking a bomber by myself. It's not happening.
Brian, please call him Wimp again.
I'll drink a 500 ml bottle by myself. I'm not drinking a 750 ml bottle by myself.
Brian, I'm counting on you here.
Not doing it. Especially the ABV of the beers that I have mostly in those 750. So if I have a 750 of a wild ale, that's 4.9%.
Basically, what you're doing right now is reminding me of those people that won't watch, that'll bitch and complain about a 3-hour movie, but then will binge watch 8 half-hour TV shows in one sitting. Because you will sit there and you will drink 5 beers that equal that ABV rather than drinking that one bomber. Thank you, Brian.
This has nothing to do with the ABV.
Pull up Brian.
I saw what he said.
Yeah, no, but you got to pull it up. So people can
call
see.
Me a whip.
Yes, in capitals with 3 exclamation marks.
Nothing to do with volume. This has to do with ABV. I'm not opening. Now, mind you, I may open a 10% or a 12%. Right? That 19.3% beer that Brian just opened. If that was in a 750, there's no way in hell I'm opening that alone. So I'm not going to enjoy half of it. It's not going to happen. So I don't want to waste it. I don't want to waste that beer. I want 2 people or 3 people to enjoy it, as opposed to just me alone. Right?
I'd drink it. I'd drink it.
In any event, my point is 12-ounce can. That makes a lot of sense, and you can get it in front of a lot more people. Right? We've talked about this. We talked about when Kane they stopped doing it. I don't know why, but when Kane first.
Oh, you just whacked the 4th of July tree.
Whacked the 4th of July tree.
That's it is now the 7th.
I know. I got other stuff to put on it, but we're close enough. We're within a week of 4th of July. I can leave it there. That's why
we're in a cusp between holidays. What's going on next?
That'll be Labor Day, I guess. Right?
How do you decorate for Labor Day? You're just going to put a whole bunch of there'll be a little forklift in there. Gotta get some shovels.
A woman with her feet up in the stirrups. Oh, that's a different kind of.
No, that's a whole different type. Typewriter. Get a typewriter in there for the office workers.
Sure.
PC.
Typewriter. What is this? 1963. A typewriter.
Hey, well, no. If you're celebrating Labor Day and the history of Labor Day,
I suppose. Anyway, my point being, 12 ounces of a can, you can get it out in front of a lot of other people, a lot more people, I should say. Kane, when they first came out, wooden cleat, they put it in. I'm not going to dig for it. Oh, actually, I can. It's close enough. Hold on.
Can you do it without disturbing the tree again?
The first year they did it. All right?
Yep.
250 milliliter bottle.
It's funny
This is good for two people. I can still drink one by myself, but
it's funny because you went away from the mic, you came back, and it was all muddy. And it takes a while for your mic to kind of kick in and re-register your voice.
really, it did it just now.
It's fine now.
Okay. Well, that's why I didn't talk while I was back there this time. So, anyway, but my point being, the smaller the vessel, if you will, the more people you can get in front of, because you have more beer that you'll have more packaging that you can get out in front of people. So
they're smaller. You can hurl them and hit people in the head with your body.
That as well.
I mean, I guess you can do that with a 750.
Probably.
But then they're not going to drink your beer because they're going to be unconscious.
Probably not. Yeah. So. All right. Next thing.
That is that's like caveman marketing right there.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, Brian said the 19.3 ounce was. I'm assuming it's the 19.3 ABV rather percent. Was it 375? 12.7 ounces. And he says, I love that Hopping Frog does that to the beers. 250 milliliter. It's 250 mils. Yeah, 8.45 ounces. And on that note, I'm glad you used that math right there, because we can't do math on the show. Justin, I'll get to your comment in 1 second. Actually, let me go back to it. Brian did say he reserves them for your show, the show, to have some cool stuff to show up on the show. That's awesome. But Dark Lord,
just show us up, yeah.
To show us up, right? Brian said, Justin said, Dark Lord Day is one of the greatest beer release parties, 100% ever. He's not wrong. It totally is.
Never been.
And we should all be out there at one Dark Lord Day. And Brian did say he just received another craft bourbon mystery box. Stop the deliveries, as it's hard to drink 3 bottles of craft bourbon a month. Yeah.
Wimp.
Yeah. Wimp. Start a cocktail podcast. Dave and I found a way to do it.
Yes. Blow through bottles now.
There you go. And he said yes.
How many bottles of Pussers have I gone through this year?
A lot.
A lot.
And something tells me we're going through a little bit more on Thursday night. So.
I may diverge from Pussers on Thursday night.
Might you? All right.
I might. I just might have it. I just might.
Well, I'm going to remind everybody of Brian's other comment. Hopping Frog doing the 8.45 ounce cans. So that's 250 milliliter cans. My next point, Sierra Nevada. All right.
Heard of them.
Look, Ken Grossman and company and family and company.
Geniuses.
Geniuses. Just, I mean, they're up there on the level with Jem and Sam and a whole host of everybody else we can talk about, right? But they released a Pilsner. Okay, and I wish I had a picture to put up there. Right, I'm remiss. I did not download one to put up on the screen, but Sierra Nevada Pils. All right, it comes in 8.45 ounce cans, 250 milliliter cans, and they're 8 packs, not 6 packs or 4 packs. Or they're 8 packs. So there's 8 250 milliliter cans, and it's a really, really tasty Pils. It really, really is. I want your thoughts on the smaller can size. Now, this isn't. There you go. That's it right there. 8.45 ounce cans, 8 pack of those Pils. Now, it's a smaller can. Obviously, it's a 250 milliliter can, less than 8.5 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
What's your opinion on that? Now, we're not talking about a barrel aged beer, barrel aged stout, or the big, huge beers that Hopping Frog does in those 250 milliliters. We're talking about a Pilsner, right? What's your thought on them? Bless you, by the way.
It really depends upon how you drink. I drink fast enough that to me it's an inconvenience that I got to open another can.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me that's one gulp for me.
You can just open 2 and pour it in a pint glass.
Yeah, I could, but that's the inconvenience. I have to open 2 cans now. That's really hard on the fingernails. The other thing is you go to the environmental impact of it is now that you're doubling your environmental impact with the aluminum.
Well,
But
hopefully everybody's recycling. So,
but as long as it's recycled, fine. I really do enjoy the smaller cans. I enjoy 12-ounce cans for hoppy beers. We've been through this before. The beer that Beach is based off of, Boat, which I've drank a few of. Um, I love Boat in the 12-ounce cans. The 16-ounce cans,
mm-hmm.
it almost becomes towards the end of that can a little tiresome to drink as it starts to warm up a little bit.
Sure.
The smaller cans keep it cold enough so that you could just keep pounding these things.
Right, because the bigger beers or the heavier, the maltier beers that are higher ABV or even
Right.
a little slightly higher ABV, them getting a little higher in temperature doesn't really affect them all that much.
Right.
A beer like Boat or a beer like any Pilsner or something like that, would the temperature getting a little higher would affect the flavor of
Yeah,
it.
so like I said before, like a 4-pack of 16-ounce Boats,
Mhm.
I find harder to drink than a 6-pack of 12-ounce Boats.
Right.
Right, even though that 6-pack of 12-ounce Boats, that's higher volume,
Sure.
but I can tear through that. So now when you're talking about a Pilsner, we all know that when a Pilsner starts to warm up,
Mm-hmm.
you're really starting to get the grains start to express themselves a little bit more against everything else. It can become a little more tiresome to drink than when it's nice and cold. So when you've got that smaller can and it's nice and cold, you can pound the crap out of these things.
I love a smaller can. For Pilsners.
Okay,
For
we'll leave that
Pilsners.
there.
For Pilsners.
So, but yeah, because it keeps it nice, cold, and crisp.
There you go.
So I do enjoy it from that point. So if I drank the way I really should be drinking, like normal human beings,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd be all for this. Really enjoy that. But that can size to me is just a little too small. I mean, yes, I want to feel like Andre the Giant drinking a normal can.
Oh, that might have been why. Like Ken might have said, I want a can of beer that I could put in the palm of my hand and feel like Andre the Giant.
Yes, you've seen those pictures, right?
Hey, stop rhyming. No, I mean it. Anybody want a peanut? I love that movie. I love that movie.
That's a cash.
That's a cashew, I know. Justin said, I love, all in capital letters, the mini cans. I do too. I do. I think yes, the inconvenience of having to open up another can quicker. It is what it is. I'm going through. Look, it's essentially a 4-pack of 16-ounce cans, right? Yeah, it's technically it's a 4-pack of 16.9-ounce cans. That's what we're talking about here. The 8-pack of 8.45-ounce cans is a 6-pack of 16.9-ounce cans.
Stop doing math. Brian's point next is actually a damn good point.
I'll bring that up, and then let me get Justin's. Well, let's get on there. Let's go back to Brian's. He said, "Okay, do you drink 3 bottles of 50 plus ABV bourbon a week?" No, I don't.
No, because I mix it up with gin and rum and vodka,
and not a week, a month. So, no, but no.
I'm talking about Brian's next comment is.
I know. Brian, we were kidding with that. We totally get why you paused that.
Well, we just want an excuse to call you a wimp.
yeah, you called us wimps 3 times, so we had to. Or well, you called us and then other people 3 times, but. Anyway, and he said 5% beers in a tiny can. I am paying for a lot of packaging. Yes,
not wrong.
You're not wrong. The price point of these is not that high. So I see your point, but it's not. It's not like if this was a 4-pack of 16.9-ounce cans, those would be higher priced than this 8-pack is. So I mean, there's that. So you can look at it like that. And then he also said, just got a 16-ounce koozie from Ramstein.
Oh, those are the best.
Very nice. And he says, understand, but I am not a wimp. No, you're not a wimp.
Right. I don't know.
You're anything if not you're anything but not a wimp.
If you're not anything but not a wimp, no.
No, you're not a wimp. You're anything but a wimp. There you go. That's what it is. There you go. So, yes, we were kidding. There you go. Anyway, well. Justin said, replying to Brian P. Boak, you need to look at the small cans as an incremental sale item, impulse item. It makes the delivery more efficient, speaks to the different occasion shopper. I'm just thinking you meant occasional shopper.
I think he meant occasion, because otherwise
Occasion
these things are
different
for
occasion
birthdays.
Different occasion shopper. Yeah, there you go. You need to look at the small cans and incremental.
I just read that.
It makes the delivery more efficient. Occasion shop. Yeah,
He just said the same thing over. He got redundant and said the same thing over and over again.
there you go. And then he said, "I am going to Minnesota to get some high ABV beers." There you go. And
be careful driving the RV.
RV. There you go. And Mike Dolan.
Get redundant too.
Second beer, Ike Schlenkerla Pale, 16-ounce can.
Oh, the pale.
A little bit of the pale.
I still have a Schlenkerla in the fridge.
I got a.
I don't know if it's the Rote or the Schwartz.
I got a few Schlenkerlas. I'm gonna have one soon. Problem is, I save a lot of beer for the show and then never have it on the show because we do other beers on the show.
Yeah,
so I should just I should just have it. I should just have it one night.
Just drink your fucking beer.
Drink my fucking beer. There you go. All right. What should we call it? All right. I think it's time
for
our top threes.
And it's in celebration of another national day today. This is such a wonderful day. It's National Dive Bar Day.
Happy National Dive Bar Day. And we encourage you to write in and tell us your favorite dive bars from anywhere you are.
Yeah.
Let us know your favorite dive bars.
Because we'll be taking notes.
Justin just said too. Ask me how I really feel about 8-ounce stubby cans off-prem occasion and item, and on-prem Bloody Mary sidecar add-on. There you go. That's not a bad.
I have a feeling that he, in all caps, loves them. It's just a guess.
I think you're right. So anyway, so tonight's top three is top three favorite dive bars. Top three favorite dive bars.
There you go.
Samurai, please kick us off with your list.
Okay, so I do have one honorable mention, and that honorable mention is going to be the Chubby Pickle.
The Chubby Pickle in not the Atlantic Highlands, the Highlands.
Just the Highlands.
Plain old Highlands.
What I love about the Chubby Pickle is it's your typical, very typical Jersey Shore bar. Right, we kind of almost have the horseshoe thing, but they got a horseshoe with an extension on it. They do carry local craft, but for the most part, they're pushing out a whole lot of Bud and Coors products out of there, and you can get food that'll harden your arteries in seconds there.
Harden your artery?
Your artery. Harden artery. Harden those arteries in seconds. Oh, it's good. Such good food, though. Yeah, they got the half and half burger, half beef, half bacon. That thing's lovely.
Oh, it is.
So that's my honorable mention. My number 3.
Where was that?
Chubby Pickle.
Never mind. I was going for a joke, but you didn't get it.
I didn't know where you're going with that. Where were you going with that? Now I'm curious.
Not the Atlantic Highlands, the Highlands, but go ahead.
It's Highlands, yeah.
We'll circle back.
I thought you covered off on that already.
Continue.
My number 3 is Johnny's Tavern in Boonton.
Johnny's Tavern in Boonton.
Johnny's Tavern in Boonton constantly gets the best dive bar in North Jersey award when NJ puts out their stuff. It used to be a bowling alley at one point. There's a lot of
I did not know that.
Yeah, a lot of history behind Johnny's. It really is just truly a dive bar. It's just a great place to sit. There's a lot of colorful characters there because, well, it's Boonton. People come around for that one. So Johnny's. Number 2. Number 2 is in Mystic, Connecticut.
Okay.
Well, it was in Mystic, Connecticut. It has closed.
Mystic Pizza?
Nope. John's Mystic River Tavern.
I see a pattern here.
Yeah, I break the pattern. Don't worry about it. One of my first trips to Rhode Island, a buddy of mine, we went through Mystic, and we'd gone to this place called Sea Swirl. If you ever go to Mystic during the summer, go to Sea Swirl.
Sea Swirl's great.
Best clam strips you'll ever have.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, my God. But we also got full belly clams. That's an acquired taste. And because they were so expensive, we were like not going to not eat them because we weren't really thrilled with eating these. Basically, what to us what tasted like eyeballs been rolling around on the bottom of the ocean floor for a little bit.
Sounds
I
about
know
right.
I know some people love these things. So we had these huge sodas. We're just downing these things, but we're getting ready to move on to Rhode Island. So we go into town, but across the drawbridge from the main portion of town to park because there's no parking. There's never any parking in town.
In Mystic, no.
So we park, and we're right across from a bar. This is John's Mystic River Tavern, and we're getting, we're like, after drinking all that soda to wash all those whole belly clams down, we look at the place. I look at my buddy. Go, a pea and a pint. He goes, yeah, a pea and a pint. So we've got to walk through this crowd of people in front. About 7 people and a dog. We walk through. We walk in the door. There's not a soul in there.
Empty.
Nobody behind the bar. No customers. And we're just looking around. Next thing we know, the door's open. The whole crowd from outside wander into the bar. One of them goes behind the bar, not the dog. And just occurred to us that they were just all outside smoking. Everybody. They all had a smoke break with the bartender. So we take turns going to the bathroom and having a beer. And we're trying to talk to them. And they're being, like, you can tell they're not really all that friendly. So we finished our beers. We're going to go walk in the town. And we even announced, wait, we're going to go walk in the town. Maybe we'll be back. They're like, yeah, okay, fine. And so we walk out. When we go into town, we found, and this is the first time that I found that Mystic had turned into what it's turned into. It's not what it used to be. And so we're like, screw this. We go back to John's. We walk in. Everyone turns and looks at us. They went, you did come back. We're like, well, we realized this is like the only real place left in town. And they're like, congratulations, you found the bar where the locals drink. Pull up a stool. And after that, we had a great time with them. And then we moved on to Rhode Island. Had a great time in Rhode Island. But yeah, so I'll always remember John's for that. But my number one, when I used to live in Lincoln Park, there was a bar there. And this is another one. So here's the pattern now. Bars that no longer exist. It was called the Wexford.
The Wexford.
It was right on the end of Main Street, just before you got to the train station. It's now an apartment. I think there's apartments on top of where it used to be. But this was seriously, this was a local bar, and this was great because I was a local, so we go and we drink there every now and then. They did have craft. The guy had a kegerator. He had a couple of things on tap. He had craft bottles. I remember drinking double chocolate stout there.
Nice.
I had 2 of them.
2.
And could barely walk.
Nice.
Because as we've always said on this show, the ABV reported on that is way too fucking low.
Oh, 100%.
That thing is, it's probably about 100% too low. But at any rate, one of my favorite stories about the Wexford is the town would hold a soccer tournament, and the parents of the soccer players, which was I was a soccer dad, we'd help run the tournament, and we did all kinds of odd jobs. And me and this one guy, Pat, for some reason, they decided to trust us with the DPW dump truck.
Really?
Well, we had to get some more stuff for the fields. So we took the truck, grabbed it, came back, got a lot of people to unload the truck, and then Pat looks at me and goes, I'm hungry. You want to grab lunch? I'm like, yeah, when do you want to grab lunch? He goes, let's go to the Wex. Okay, let's go to the Wex. Now, he's getting ready to park the thing around the back of the Wex. I'm like, no. This is the DPW dump truck. This is the town's truck. We're parking it right in front so everyone knows that it's sitting at the Wexford. And so we are eating and drinking in the Wexford with the DPW truck outside, and we did get yelled at. we were never allowed to have the keys to the truck again.
Yeah, it's probably true. There you go.
But they had a couple of pool tables in there.
Nice.
Which I think is that's a prerequisite for a dive bar, isn't it? A pool table.
Prerequisite for a dive bar is a pool table. That's 100% true.
And I remember one of my friends was going through a very, very nasty divorce, and he wanted to play pool, so we went to the Wex. And there's this kid who's just he's solo on the table. Like, hey, can we have the table? It's like you've got to play me for it.
Mm-hmm.
My friend's like, I just want to play pool. My friend said, I want to play for you. You're not playing anybody. Give the table up. And now he's starting to get frustrated. Now this divorce has got kind of nasty in court, and he can't really afford anything. And so he's kind of getting. And now my friend, it was like one of the calmest people you ever met. He's starting to get ugly with the kid. And my other buddy goes to me, goes, he can't afford a police report right now. I said, on it. So I get in the kid's face and I'm screaming, I'm yelling at him, and I'm calling him out and all that. Meanwhile, my other friends grabbed my other friend, has moved him out, has ushered him towards the back door. And as soon as I see that my other friend's clear, the kid's like getting ready to swing at me. I smiled, I'm like, you have a nice day. And I turned and walked away.
There you go.
And to this day, that kid's got to be like, I have no idea what the hell happened.
What the hell was that all about? Right?
So there's a lot of good memories at the Wex.
Oh, I can imagine. There you go. All right.
And there's a lot of good I don't remembers at the Wex, because I could walk home from there.
You can walk home from there. Absolutely. That's a good dive bar when you can walk home from there.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yours?
So I had one honorable mention, but it kind of expanded a little bit, but you'll see where I'm going. But I do have a top three, so there you go. But so I will mention Bass Bar and Grill. I'd be remiss to say Bass Bar and Grill. It's a 381 Main bar and grill sister bar. I don't quite consider 381 Main a dive bar. Bask, though.
No, that wasn't a dive bar.
No, it wasn't a dive bar, but Bask, however, was.
It didn't have a pool table.
Right. Bask, however,
and had sharks.
No pool table, but Bask was definitely a dive bar. But anyway, so I'll mention that. I'll just leave it an honorable mention. I do also want to mention Cheval's. Okay. Now, Best Bar and Grill, by the way, was in Woodland Park, New Jersey.
Yeah. It used to be West Patterson until
formerly West Patterson, right? And I always said back in, and that was in 90. No, it was in 2012, 2014, somewhere in there. They rebranded West Patterson to Woodland Park. Back in 74, they rebranded Elmwood Park. Used to be East Patterson.
East Patterson.
Right? They made East Patterson Elmwood Park. So it's the same letters, right? East Patterson, Elmwood Park. West Patterson, Woodland Park. So yep. I said that they should now rename Patterson Elmwood Land. Anyway. So Cheval's in North Arlington. Now this bar is long closed. I mean, closed for like 30 years, maybe more than that. But the reason I'm mentioning it is definitely a dive bar. Whatchamacallit? The guys that owned it, the guys that ran it, the one guy, Al, in there. The food was, I don't know what he did to it. Like, cooked it right behind the bar, but it was delicious. The burgers were fantastic. But the reason, not only because the burgers were good and it was a local dive bar, but the reason I bring it up is because that bar became the Copper Mine.
Oh, right.
So it kind of
now also gone.
Which is now also gone, and it's a coffee shop, right? But
anyway. Why is it that burgers cooked right behind the bar tend to be the best burgers? Two of my favorite burgers are cooked behind the bar.
Hold that thought, because I have one coming up. All right. All right. And then I also want to throw in there, and I wasn't going to say this, but I'll throw it in there because of Copper Mine. Now, I didn't consider Copper Mine a dive bar. So
no, it's a craft beer bar.
It's a craft beer bar. There is, however, a craft beer bar in Kearney that is 100% a dive bar.
Snug Harbor.
And that is Snug Harbor.
Yes.
So that goes on the.
I love Al. I haven't seen Al in forever.
Mm-hmm. So that right there you go. That's my honorable mention list right there. But
and the thing with Snug Harbor is they have a bottle share there.
Mm-hmm.
And
which they're not allowed to do, but they do.
Which, yeah. And I hope none of them are listening right now, because I'm going to call them out, because I one time went there. They're getting ready to do their start opening bottles.
Mm-hmm.
and they're also eating chorizo. I'm like, how can you taste anything?
Really?
I get pairing food with what you're drinking, but chorizo?
I know.
Chorizo is going to make everything else that you put in your face.
Tastes like chorizo.
Yeah, exactly. It's just all garlic and paprika. So I always like. Oh, I even said to Al, I'm like, do they have any idea what they're doing over there? He's like, they bring in good beer, Dave. He goes, and I don't eat the chorizo.
He doesn't eat the chorizo. Yeah. All right, so my 3. Here we go. My number 3 is, and all 3 of these are still kicking today, still going. All right.
Nice.
My number 3 is the Dive. It's the Riverside Inn in Cranford.
Right in the name.
The Dive in Cranford, New Jersey. It's Riverside Inn. Was just there a couple weeks ago for lunch.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Great burgers, fantastic burgers. They're cooking in the kitchen. They're not maybe on the bar, so they're. But the Dive, it's a really cool place. It's right on North Ave in Cranford. Really tasty place. Anyway, that's my number 3. My number 2, Broadway Bar and Grill.
Okay.
And that is in Point Pleasant, New Jersey.
Yes.
Here.
Never been yet.
They not only cook the burgers behind the bar, but they have no grill behind the bar. They cook the burgers. They close the burgers up in these they close them up in these metal holders and slide them in to a
Toaster.
toaster almost kind of thing, and they're fucking fantastic. They're really good. So there you go. So that's and really cool place up in the north end of Point Pleasant. It's right off of Broadway. It's the parking lot's on Broadway. It's right behind Strollo's Lighthouse, which is on the corner of Broadway and Ocean Avenue. So if you're up, that's the north end of the boardwalk.
Yep.
Up where a couple of restaurants are up there. But it's a really cool place. If you haven't been, go. It's really great dive bar.
Before you give your number 1, though, the 2 places that I was talking about with burgers cooked behind the bar, that are 2 of my favorite burgers in Jersey.
Sure.
Barnacle Bill's.
Barnacle Bill's is I wouldn't. It's not a dive.
It's not a dive bar. I said it's not, I didn't say they were dive bars. I'm just saying some of the best burgers in New Jersey are cooked right behind the bar. Sure. The other being probably the best burger in the whole damn state, and that's Krug's. Mm-hmm. And that's right behind the bar.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. There you go.
Right. So you're number 1.
My number 1.
And I will not be shocked here.
I'll get to the comments in a second. My number 1 is not in New Jersey. Because my number 3 and my number 2 were in New Jersey. My number 1 is up in Massachusetts.
In Beantown, from what I understand.
In Beantown, in Boston. And it is known affectionately as my favorite, obviously, dive bar. But it is known as Bukowski Tavern.
Mm-hmm. Not Bukowski's.
Not Bukowski's. Bukowski Tavern. And there
it is.
There it is right there. Bukowski Tavern.
And if you go, get the loaded tots.
Yes. You're going to want to get the loaded tots. Now, the ownership of Bukowski Tavern also used to own the Lower Depths, which was over on Cambridge.
They're gone.
Cambridge, behind, across 90, behind Fenway, over in the Fenway section over there, in Kenmore Square, near Kenmore Square. They're gone, but that place, they had all different kind of tots there. But they brought the loaded tots over to Bukowski when they closed Lower Depths. So get the loaded tots. Get the loaded tots. Get the loaded tots. I can't say it fast more enough.
Gotta get them.
Gotta get them. Great place. The beer list in there is fantastic. The sticker wall in there is great because all of our stickers are in there.
Yes.
But that place, it's on Dalton, just down from, if you're looking at this picture right now, we're talking 2 hours and 4 minutes.
You go to the right, make another right, you're at Copley Center.
Go to the right, if turn right and go up to the end of the block, that's Boylston Street.
Yep.
Okay. You're in the Back Bay. Okay. Directly across from Bukowski is the Sheraton. So the tall Sheraton. Yep. And then make another right and keep walking down, and you go to Copley Place.
You're at Copley.
And Italy in Boston is right there too.
And if you go to the left from that picture, it curls around, and you're right across from the hotel that Carrie and I stayed at last time we were in Boston.
You keep going down Boylston, you go past the maybe not even half a mile. You're going to pass whatchamacallit? Yeah, hello. Senior moment. Senior moment. Sorry. You're going to pass the music school, Berkeley College of Music. And then you're going to keep going a little bit more. You're going to pass the Back Bay Fens, and you're going to Fenway. And
Fenway, yeah.
There you go. But anyway, so that's Bukowski Tavern. It's my number one, my favorite dive bar anywhere.
I was actually going to pull out my Bukowski shirt, but I knew that, and I was going to mention it on my list, but I knew that John was going to take it. So
there you go.
Sounds like I held off and wore my Third Man Records shirt instead.
And I wear my Bushwood Country Club shirt. There you go. Bye, Bushwood. We got a couple comments here, and we can.
So let's dance.
So what? So let's dance. Justin Vitti said, "Dive bars in New Jersey or in the country." Well, obviously anywhere.
He figures it out later on.
Brian said, "Dive bar, Great Notch Inn on."
That is like one of the ultimate dive bars, right? What I love about the Great Notch is that have all this work done around it, and I mean around it. They had to redo that whole intersection around the Great Notch Inn.
They would not. The Great Notch would not give in to eminent domain. So when they built that whole interchange and everything else, they left that one piece of property alone. And
the other thing about the Great Notch Inn, it's one of those places where you look at it, you look at everything outside, like how could there possibly be that many people in there? You go in, and it's larger on the inside than it is on the outside. I think there's some like devilish magic going on with this place.
Hey, you're not wrong.
It's really much larger on the inside.
I know. And then whatchamacallit? Justin Vitti said his honorable mention is Firehouse Tavern in Wildwood. That's a great place. Yep. Number 3 is Berlin Bar in Fremont, in the Fremont section of Vegas.
Okay.
His number 2 is Otto's.
God damn, yes.
New York City.
That is a dive bar and a half. But they serve tiki drinks. And I think 3 or 4 of my tiki mugs comes from Otto's. And I actually I got to take this one. Maybe on Thursday I'll make a drink in it.
There you go.
But this is
there you go. Otto Shrunken Head. There you go.
There you go.
I love it.
That place is something else.
That is definitely a great place. And Justin's number 1, Northside Yacht Club in Cincinnati. I know where it is. I have not been. As many times as I've been to Cincinnati, I have not been to Northside Yacht Club. So next time I'm out there, I'm gonna have to go, and maybe I'll grab Rod J to come along.
There you go.
There you go. And then Brian P. Boak said it was originally on the other side, talking about the Great Notch. It was originally on the other side of 46. So it moved once and said no more moves.
Yeah, and they probably said that with a whole bunch of bikers standing behind them with their arms crossed, glaring.
Exactly. Yeah, and then to your glass from Otto Shrunken Head, Justin said yes. And then back up to Mike Dolan, he said favorite dive bar, maybe it qualifies as a New Jersey country bar, Red Roof Tavern in Homedale, Route 34.
That's a country bar.
His home court. There you go. And he said in Matawan, Route 34, the Marley Bone, Matawan, New Jersey, up till the 2000s. There you go. And he said old Pink Buffalo.
I don't know that one at all.
Old Pink Buffalo. And Justin said the peanut butter tequila will change your life at Northside Yacht Club. I'm definitely, next time I get in Cincinnati, I'm definitely going to have to go to Northside Yacht Club and have a peanut butter tequila. Absolutely. 100%. Well, good show. This was good. This was definitely a good show.
Fun.
We got shows booked right now.
I managed to make it through it because vis-a-vis my text to you earlier.
Yes. Yeah, I was shocked that
things settled down.
Things settled down. There you go. It's always a good thing. Hello. I can't find hello.
What you doing there, John?
I'm looking for a file here.
Yeah, that other than causing dead airspace.
And you can keep talking while I'm looking for it. So
that's what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm making fun of you while you create the dead airspace.
I found it. There we go.
You filled the dead airspace.
I found it. There you go. All right. What should we call it? This was a fantastic show. I love our just the two of us shows because it kind of harkens back to our original roots when we started doing this. But tonight's show was exceptional because
without any tornadoes.
Without any tornadoes, but we did have Al come on as special guest, and we got to all our talking points, and it was a fantastic show. And our guests, as far as I'm concerned, make the show. Yeah. They absolutely make the show. 100%.
Yeah, because we're not that entertaining.
We're not. Without you guys, we're nothing. No. So we have a lot of shows booked already. We actually booked through September at this point. Barring
prepare for some guests.
Barring anything unforeseen, you're not going to get a Just the Two of Us show for quite some time at this point. You are in August going to get just the one of us with a guest.
And we'll see who comes on with me on that one. It's still up in the air. So anybody out there who wants to come on the show with me,
yeah. And in the spirit of reciprocity, in November you're going to get the same thing with me. So.
Yes. Well, I'm flying to Puerto Rico.
Yes, you'll be in Puerto Rico in November, so I'll be doing the show solo with a guest. In August, I'll be in Maine with the lovely Jessica, and you'll be doing the show solo.
But I'll be doing Puerto Rico 2 Tuesdays, so one of the Tuesdays I will be broadcasting.
One of the Tuesdays you'll be on the show from Puerto Rico. The other Tuesday you'll be traveling, so you won't.
We'll see where it's from. It'll be from the Airbnb, which I've done quite a few times. I did that in Ireland.
Of course.
Did that in Utah. But who knows? Maybe I'll be in a brewery.
This is very true.
And I'll put some tendrils out there.
This is true. And Brian Boak said, "We're not worthy." Thank you, Brian. We really appreciate that. And Brian will be on the show. And he said, "What date do you need me on the show, Brian?" That would be September. Hold on. September 8th. September 8th.
Well, I'm way off. I was looking for Wednesday for some reason.
Brian, you're on the show September 8th. There you go. And Justin said, "I volunteer for tribute. Also have a face for radio." There you go. So Justin will come on the show with you, Brian. There you go. Brian. Justin and Brian are doing a show, not me and Dave.
There we go. Be Justin and Brian.
There you go. Now Justin will come on the show with you, Dave. There you go. So
there we go.
We'll set that up. Anyway. All right. Like I said, we got
maybe the Locker Room Guys Tiki show.
Oh yeah. Don't make me jealous. I'll definitely look. We did the same thing last year, right? I was up in Maine, and you had Efren on the show from Providence Brewing. So I came on for the first 10 minutes live from Bunker. I was at Bunker Brewing, wasn't I?
Were you at Bunker at the time?
I think I was at Bunker, yeah. And I came on for 10 minutes, and then you took the show from there. So I'll do the same, but like I said, 10 minutes, and then the show's all yours. So I'm not going to be able to have a tiki drink, so I'm not sure where I'm going to be on the Tuesday. Probably somewhere in Old Orchard Beach or Kennebunkport, actually, at that point.
There are tiki bars in Maine.
We have to find them. September 8th, he's already on the show for the Giant Show. He wanted to know when he needed to come on for you, Dave.
The August show. I see. Oh.
So, you know what? Why don't you have two guests? Why don't you have Justin and Brian on the show?
It's quite possible. It's quite possible.
All right. So there you go. All right. We got a lot of great shows coming up.
Actually, we'll do a show in August where you've got 3 people trying to get through 3 full bottles of bourbon in one night.
Yeah, between the 3 of us, yeah. And I'll just be sitting tuning in. I'll comment that night. It's gonna be great. All right. Anyway, like I said, we got a lot of shows, a lot of good shows coming up. We got great shows coming up. Let's leave it at that. Tune in to find out what's going on. There's a bunch of articles that are getting posted now. You want to check them out on the Locker Room Guys. Don't forget, and the Chaser this Thursday. We got a tiki show coming up. And
yes, Justin, you can do 2 bourbons and a tequila.
And Justin can do 2 bourbons and a tequila. Absolutely.
I'll probably do 1 bourbon and 2 rums.
There you go. That's going to be a great beer podcast. I can't wait to be a part of it. And Brian says he's got the bourbon, so John will be me on that show. There you go. There you go. I will be on the first 10 minutes, and I'll comment. I'll comment in a few times from wherever we are. That's gonna be fun. Anyway. A lot of good shows coming up. 2 weeks from now.
Bring us a shot every 10 minutes until someone passes out, then bring one every 5 minutes.
There you go.
Pitchers. It's pitchers.
Pitchers, yeah. I will announce 2 weeks from tonight is our 4th annual Christmas in July show.
Oh, boy.
That's going to be a fun show. And that, yes, indeed, is the show that we will be trying the morning recovery.
Well, that's if John can get everything mailed out fast.
I'll get it's 2 weeks. I'll get everything done. We'll get it all to you. I can meet up with you and give you yours. I'm gonna have to send.
There's that, but yeah,
I'm gonna have to send
Guru. The other 2 people, yeah.
whisper theirs. But in any event, yeah, we'll do this. It's going to be a good show, as it always is, and many shows beyond that. And look, it's lot of good content coming up. So pay attention. But on that note, we will wrap up the show for today. We want to thank everybody for watching, and for those of you just listening to the audio podcast, thank you for listening. Don't forget to visit our website, www.logroom.com. It's LAGERROOM.com. And please remember, like us and follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course our YouTube channel. All of them are at Logroom. Remember, we go live with a video podcast on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Twitch every Tuesday night around 6:30 p.m. Eastern time or so. And for those of you who just want to listen to the audio podcast, you could do so on our audio host, Spreaker, as well as iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Odyssey, Audible, Pandora, Amazon Music, iTunes Music, YouTube Music, TuneIn, Podcast Addict, Castbox, Deezer, Podchaser, Listen Notes. Pretty much anywhere you can find an audio podcast, you will find the Logroom Guys Craft Beer Podcast. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to one or more of those feeds, and you will never miss a show. Again, thanks for following along with us. Have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. We thank Al for coming on the show, even though we already signed off. We thank Brian and Justin and Mike and everybody else for commenting and all. We love you guys when you comment on. Check out everything we're doing, and have a great rest of your week and a wonderful weekend. And we'll talk to you next week, folks. Take care. Cheers.
You know, I just did.
Would you?
Ordered for Underberg.
Yeah, I have to do that too.
During your outro, I was doing.
Very nice. Great use of time.
Yes.
All right. Take care, folks. We'll see you next week.
Oh, and Doug Smith, yes, Tiki Show on Thursday.
Tiki Show Thursday, yes. Tiki Show Thursday, Doug. There you go. Make sure you tune in. There you go. All right, folks.